Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Spidey Hits channel. It is that time again. It is time for the Marvel Show with my buddy Manu, the one and only 9.9 Newsstand. What's up, my friend?
What's going on, my man? How are you? And hello, everybody. How are you?
Yeah, Manu and I were just talking. We want to make a show intro. Do you have any ideas? Let us know what a show intro should be like, and that way we can have it start off our evening every Tuesday afternoon.
I think an intro is going to be really awesome, actually. And I know you're going to pick one with a lot of energy, so it's going to jump right into
Lots
things.
of energy. And do you think I should like sing part of the intro?
Hey, I really enjoyed. Can you hear me? I really enjoyed what you did yesterday. Did you tag Upper Deck, by the way? Because they don't know that you were singing to them, do they?
They do. I tagged them in the comments.
So good.
We'll see what happens. That was a lot of fun. It felt insanely risky. It really felt like the riskiest content that I have made to date.
The singing or the being critical of Upper Deck?
No, the singing. Absolutely. Oh. The lip singing, of Michael Bolton.
Yeah, but in real life, were you actually singing?
Oh, 100%. You know I was. I practiced in the shower like 3 times.
Ashlyn's going to Broadway, and she got it from somewhere.
Her mama.
Okay.
So, all right, let me give you some facts real quick. My wife is an incredible singer. She's actually made her own CD, had a manager. At age 14, she was being paid to sing, and she won some incredible talent shows. I could tell you who they were, what they were, but they wouldn't mean it depending on where you are geographically, wouldn't mean, much.
Understood.
But my daughter definitely inherited that from her. I can sing like flat like it's nobody's business. It's amazing how I can keep a flat tone.
You can hold that.
It's really special. DOC6, good to see you again this afternoon.
Hello. Rivalry Sportswear.
Absolutely. Always here to hang out. And Bryce as well. What's up?
Bryce, what up? Just Collectibles. That's our other Justin. Shouldn't say other as if it's second in line.
Other as in another.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Nice. Thank you. What would I do without you?
I'm here for you, my friend.
I appreciate
what's up?
It.
Been looking forward to the Marvel show all week. I promise. We have too. We literally message each other like, hey, is it Tuesday yet?
Yeah.
Oh, so Rivalry's a fan of the entire catalog.
I love that.
That's awesome. Yes. Hey, I have a crazy fun 4th of July story to tell you, and it doesn't include losing fingers.
Okay.
All right. Just want to get that out of the way. And also, to build a little drama, I have something really incredible. It was a mail call I got literally 30 minutes ago before the start of the show. I can't wait to show everybody. It's going to be insane, like mind-blowing insane. It's going to be fun.
All right. I'm ready for that. Well, maybe I'm not, but Marvel Marshall is also adjusted.
Whoa. Look at that. Marvel cards, babies. Justin's everywhere.
Justin, remember you were like, do you know any 70-year-old Justins? And I was like, I don't. Well, you know what? 30 years from now, we're going to know a whole lot of 70-year-old Justins.
It's going to be an old man name. That's what it's going to be. Like Ted.
You're reinventing that whole thing for that name.
You should have a Spidey intro, then a Manu intro, and then combined intros for both of us. I like it. That's a great idea.
That? Oh, okay. I love it. I'm into it.
DO6 is giving us the ideas here.
It'd just be me yelling about stuff, and then Justin trying to just
me doing this
stuff. Yeah. Trying to whip my mouth shut.
Yeah. Stop it, Manu. Hey, we ought to do that where like if I just do this, you go.
Okay. What is the double thwip?
No, you missed it.
Oh, dang it.
That's all right. We'll do something else.
Next time.
All right. So best guys online in Marvel. Man, wow.
Oh, that's quite a compliment. Thank you so much.
That is about as good as a compliment can get, I think.
I just jumped onto this amazing thing that Spidey Hits built. And I'm just grateful for being here.
No, man, you're part of it just as much as I am. Well, we do have a lot of fun things to talk about and a couple of rants.
We got some.
I don't want to bring the energy down first, but if you've been following the channel, if you follow me on social media such as Instagram, you likely saw that I put out a funny video yesterday. It was intended to be funny. If you received it some other way, know that that's not what I intended. But it was a message directly straight directed straight at Upper Deck. And that message was about the delay that we're having with product, right? Can you hear me? You good, Manu? Like you?
Yes, sorry. I thought the entire time that I was talking through my AirPods, they weren't even connected. So I'm talking at the phone, but I can hear you.
You sound great.
Thank
you. And with that, like it's really, again, we've talked about this on the show. It comes back down to communication. But we know that we blew right through the July 29th date, which was the midsummer date that we were looking for Spider-Man Metal. Yeah. And look, that's not the only product coming out. Nothing's come out. Okay.
Right.
Within a week, Upper Deck, which has the online platform, their last available Marvel product will likely sell out by the end of this week. There'll be nothing.
Right. Wow.
Nothing. And so as we're going through the June 29th into the July 4th weekend, I had really structured my life around that product coming and having content that was going to be created around it.
Yeah.
And so as I woke up on July 4th, this holiday, I was just in my feelings about, man, I'm supposed to be opening up product right now, hanging out with friends, making content, during this time off. And that's not happening. So what am I going to do? I was like, well, I'm still going to make content. It's going to be about how do I live without you?
Right.
Product. And again, to be humorous and directed towards Upper Deck. And look, I really hope that they at least hear it or see it and hear other people say it and see it so that they can understand, like, we just need a little more communication if we're not going to have product available on a routine basis.
And that's not too much to ask. I mean, we are the amount of support that you provide for Upper Deck, the amount of enthusiasm towards the product, the amount of anticipation we collectively have. We just need them to give us a little bit of it'll be okay, something,
I'm with you, man. And they have, to their credit, I need to, be fair. They do go on the Marvel Card Collectors podcast, MCC. Yeah, Marvel Card Collectors podcast, which is put on by Ian Taylor and Norn Rad. And it comes out weekly. It is, that podcast is it's audible. It's not visual, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you're not, on Spotify or podcasts and know that, you're not listening to it, right? And so they do go on those podcasts and they give, it almost feels a little bit like a politician talking, like, let me say something without saying anything.
Yeah.
So they basically read us the sales sheet that's already been put out for the most part, gives us some nuggets about the product. All it really does is build more anticipation about the excitement around the product without any real information about where it's at, what's the delay, when can we expect it, nothing concrete. And part of me would love for them just to say, hey, it's just not happening, and here's why it's not happening.
Oh, the why would be such a big deal.
Totally.
Man.
All right. Again, so that's actually kind of the mood I was coming into this evening with until I got my package in the mail.
Okay, good.
It really lifted me up. We got a couple of more comments here. Let's start here. DS6 says, or do an Odd Couples kind of style intro, but who is Oscar and who is Felix? So I can tell by Manu's face, he doesn't know who the Odd Couple is.
Is the Odd Couple, if that's not the two older people?
I'm assuming it's two older people. I don't know who the Odd Couple is.
Oh, okay. Because Oscar and Felix, that sounds like cartoon names, so it lost me a little bit. But I was thinking about those two old guys in that one movie. It's really funny.
Grumpy Old Men?
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so
I love Grumpy Old Men. I'm happy to play that role.
I love that. I remember loving that movie. I don't remember the movie.
He's like, I've been to Hawaii. What island? Kamanawanalea?
Then we got to keep it PG.
All right. Ephraim says, yo, Spidey, love all the talk about Marvel cards. Thank you. I love talking about it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, nice. Did we say hi to Ranger? Ranger, hello.
We did, because he said we were the best guys online.
Oh, my goodness. That's right. Thank you so much again.
You did.
Pancake Analytics. Why do I know that? As a brand, I know Pancake
Oh, he's
Analytics.
massive on Instagram. He does have his YouTube channel. This dude he spews out knowledge and data. He doesn't care about what people think in the sense of like being, hyped up about stuff. He just looks at the numbers and says, here's the numbers.
My man. Beautiful. Yep. Well, really nice to meet you.
Yeah, and look, and he does it from a place of wanting to serve the hobby with, as much factual information as possible, but he's a trained analytical guy. Like he understands how to read certain trends and statistics and things of that nature. So that's where he's coming from. He's big in the Pokemon. He does do some trend and analysis on sports, but he follows Marvel cards too. And he
Awesome.
says, these delays are embarrassing and the e-pack sellouts are making it tough to keep my kids involved. Even Disney Princess is sold out. Disney
Wow.
Princess.
Wow.
Come on.
Dang. Wild times we're living in.
Yep. So he says, hey, Spidey Hits and Newsstand 9.9. Finally able to make some time live on your show. Yeah, really glad you did.
Ooh.
Been catching up on everything late at night after I put my baby girl to bed. Love the show. It's number one. Wow. Man, my headphones are not going to fit. My head's just going to get bigger and bigger. All the nice compliments that we're getting.
That's pretty special. Thank you so much. That's actually quite nice indeed.
Yep. Dan, thank you. I think he's talking about the Michael Bolton Spidey medal.
It was fantastic. Yeah, it was definitely fantastic.
All right, good. I did lose, just so you know, I lost 2 subscribers on YouTube and I lost a couple of followers on Instagram, I think, because of it.
For singing the Upper Deck skit?
I'm just telling you, yeah, like I definitely lost some followers, which is okay. Yeah. Like I'm okay with that.
It's cyclical. It's like hair growth. You lose some, new ones come in. That's what it is. It's okay.
Sydney, hey everybody! Sydney was on the channel on Saturday Morning Marvel Cars. We had a great time this past Saturday.
Oh, did I watch the Saturday one? What did you guys do on Saturday?
We opened 1995 Flare Ultra Spider-Man. It was amazing. Yeah,
I was there for that.
And towards the end, Sydney showed off some of his latest ComC Marvel Card mail calls. It was good.
Oh, I did not catch the end. Okay, but I do remember the 95. I actually wanted to talk to you about that other unveiling that you did with all the PMGs. I don't know. There was just a binder full of all kinds of. There was just so much PMG stuff. It was just a lot. It was like, wow.
And that's less than half of the reveal. I actually have the other half, which is all BGS graded cards that I still haven't finished editing that video yet.
Oh, no, that's your reveal. My bad. I was also talking about that video you put out that said like the greatest PSA reveal ever.
You're talking about our friend Phil LaMonica.
That's insane what he's got.
On Instagram, he's known as the Marvel Card Showcase, I think.
Okay.
Marvel Showcase.
Okay.
And yeah, he has one of the greatest Marvel card collections, period, bar none.
Period.
And he's up there when it comes to PMG collections. Yeah, but this guy's been at it for 20 years. He didn't just stumble into Marvel cards. No. Beautiful. This guy has been focused.
Beautiful.
Swami's here.
Swami, what's up?
Yeah, bud. First stream, he says, Ephraim says, first stream myself, love the name, Newsstand 9.9, wondering if there will ever be any major valuation differences between Newsstand and Direct Comics. Got 12 long boxes in the garage. Oh yeah, everybody buckle up. Here comes the answer.
Yeah, that's that time has come.
Yep.
The valuation differences already exist. In some cases, it's 4x their direct counterpart. But we're specifically talking about high grade. Let's just talk about 9.8s. There are obviously books where the 9.6 can cost twice the amount of the direct 9.6. And now there are books where the 9.4s and the 9.2s are starting to have price differences between direct and newsstand as well. But let's say the reason for that is just because the brand of newsstand. Right now, newsstand is its own brand now. The barcode is its own Nike sign now. So anything that's on is starting to have that sort of cachet. But in terms of what set that off, in terms of what actually is technically the reason that newsstands are started to do better than directs is because they survived. They had less a chance of surviving in high grade than their direct counterparts. And that's the short answer. But that time is here, and that gap is going to continue to widen. And then we can also get into, we'll touch on it a little bit. The most rare newsstands would be from the mid to late 90s, and then anything after the year 2000 up until 2011, where Marvel stopped making newsstands, extremely scarce. So if in those 12 long boxes, you've got stuff from the 90s into the 2000s, you're sitting on gold mine, depending on condition. And if they're from the 80s and 70s, if you have some amazing Spider-Man 252s or Secret Wars 8s or other things early from the ASM run in the 80s, you're still going to get a premium for the higher grade 9.8s, for the higher grades compared to directs. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the things from the 80s have just as many directs as newsstands. So in terms of just grabbing a direct copy on the market, well, you can do that. But the high grade stuff still had less of a chance of surviving later into the 80s, but not early in the 80s. Early in the 80s, there were more newsstands than directs because comic books hadn't even come into play really, I think, until early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Something of that sort is when that changed. But there's the quick answer. Super happy that you asked that question. The time is here. Newsstands matter, and they're not going away.
Love it, man. Thank you. You asked the right guy. That's for sure. Bryce says your
awesome
eyes
quote.
popped when you read that.
Yeah, I could for a second. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Is somebody asking that? Oh my gosh, let's do this
right now." Well,
Bryce, my man.
So a lot of people already know this about me, but there's something that people call Spidey Juju.
Right.
You know, my YouTube channel name used to be Spidey G09. My initials are JEU. And if you've seen me open up boxes or be involved in box breaks and things like that, you would call me lucky. I say #blessed, right?
Yeah.
And so yesterday, I think maybe the day before, there was a 4th of July giveaway from an Instagram account where they were giving away something. And I entered that. And this was it here. You can see it. And this is what they were giving away. Can you see that on the screen? Happy 4th of July giveaway.
Indeed.
And these are CBCS's 9.8 graded copies of Ultimate Fallout 4, but just to be clear, they're the face mill edition.
Facsimile.
Facsimile. There we go. There's
Facsimile.
the word.
Yeah.
That basically means reprint, right?
That's exactly what that is. It's a reproduction of it. Yeah.
And so I entered it, and look at here.
Winner.
Spidey hits one of the winners.
Big congrats.
Man. So I'm very happy to get that. And so what I want you to know is I'm just going to repay the gift. When I get it in hand, I'm going to give it away on the channel.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So I think that'll be fun.
That's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know, and that's so congrats on winning that. And I'm glad that comes up because it's actually, we talk about Ultimate Fallout 4 so often. And, you know, one thing that we probably should have touched on in any number of those conversations is how similar or how to tell the facsimile apart from the first print at quick glance. Because there's two identifiers, but we'll talk about that later.
No. I like doing it now because I think you can see it here. I'm going to pull up this share screen because I think you can see it pretty well. And
yeah, so I'll point those out really quickly. So the first one, if you don't want to actually get into the design, is the barcode is pushed all the way up to the spine. There's no artwork between the spine and the barcode. So there's giveaway number one. It's a different column of bars, of course, but at a quick glance, it's pushed all the way up against the spine. And then the other thing about it is, which is going to be quite difficult to make out in this image, but underneath the U for Ultimate, if I can see,
it's got a Marvel logo.
It's got the Marvel logo, but the giveaway is the Marvel logo is red. It's got a red box where the original, I'm sure, has the Marvel logo. I actually have the book here, but whatever. It's just, it doesn't have a red border. And I think those are the two identifiers.
So it's just white lettering, you think?
I think it's maybe just a black box, maybe white lettering. I mean, I could pull that up really quickly because off of memory, I don't have it. And the reason it's so important for us to make sure we know that is because CGC has accidentally encapsulated the facsimiles as first prints.
Wow.
More than a few. So, yeah.
You do have to be careful, especially if you see one pop up at a good price and you want to move quick because you think you're going to miss out. You have to take the time to look and see if it's a facsimile, a reprint, because they are so similar. And that doesn't. For whatever reason, right. Ultimate Fallout seems to be the one that is tricked the most. But there are other books that are that fool people easily if you're not careful.
Absolutely. And you were right. The Marvel underneath the beginning of the word Ultimate is just white letters. There is no box. Yep. Where on the facsimile, you'll have the red box around it. And then, of course, the differentiator of the positioning of the barcode column.
Yeah, no, that's really useful for us to point out. Swish Rip says, "Yo, what's up, everybody?" And
What's going
Tom
on, Swish?
says, "Good evening. Good evening."
Good evening. Good evening.
Constantine says, "Good evening, gentlemen. How's it going?"
Oh, Naj would have loved that name. She loves Constantine.
Yeah, but she loves it with the spell with the letter C.
Right, that's true.
I'm not just kidding.
I don't even Constantine. I
Yeah.
don't know much about it.
Disco Freak says, "We're all waiting patiently for new Marvel card releases, and your guys' content make the long days a lot smoother. Thanks." Well,
Love that.
being here with you guys actually helps us as well. I promise.
Guaranteed. M Switch says facsimile is red. You, my friend, are right.
Yeah, there we go. M Switch knows his stuff. You know, and there's something else I was thinking about. We have a lot of engaging viewers. There's likely a couple of viewers, maybe more than a couple, that are not commenters. They don't hit like. They don't like to be known that they're there.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I
I
mean?
have friends that actually watch unlogged in, and I don't mind at all. That's how they go about their viewing.
And what I want to say is, welcome. We're
Yes.
thankful you're here, and you're just as important.
Absolutely. Love that you're here. Love that you're consuming the content. And then all of the conversations we get to have in the DMs or text messages afterwards is how I know that you
Yeah.
guys are here with us. And I really appreciate it. Although my DMs are broken today, we'll
Yep.
talk about that later.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But here's
Yeah.
what I would say. You are missing out on a part of the fun because you likely have a thought that could help serve the community. You likely have a question that would be useful for us to answer as content.
Yeah.
You're not typing it in. And it's okay if you don't, but would love if you do.
Yeah. And I'm on do not disturb mode. So when I get off of my live, I see your questions. But when I'm on my live, I do not get those text messages.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like my wife, if we're somewhere and she like texts me what she wants me to say.
Right.
I'm like, baby, just speak up, So Ephraim says, "I have a first print of the Miles Morales one. I was a faithful Ultimate Spider-Man buyer." Well, that is awesome. And I
Very
hope
good.
it's a newsstand.
Well, okay, I have a first print of that Miles Morales, which is Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yeah.
If you've got I want to tell a newsstand story. We had
Right
some
here.
fun.
Let's do it.
All right, okay. Wait, you got a reveal of something, don't you?
I do have a reveal. You want to do that first? We're in the middle of the Miles talk. Let's do
All
the Miles.
right,
We'll go to the reveal. Everybody stay around for the reveal. You're not going to want to miss it.
Reveal coming. Sup, guys? I usually don't comment on here. I do message 9.9. It's me. Yeah, that's my guy. What's up?
M Switch was the reason I thought of. I was like, I haven't seen him here, but I bet he's been here.
Oh, that's funny.
Bet they've been here. That's what made me think of that. That's awesome.
My man, what's up? Yeah, we do talk. Yeah, that's awesome. Tapes in the building, tape training. What's cracking, my guy? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Deadpool Deeds. Okay, all right.
Oh, Deadpool D's. Hello. I love our family. I tell you guys, I love you all. It's incredible to connect with you guys every Tuesday and then in between on Instagram. It's the best. So yesterday, I want to remember his name is Tim, but his page is called, I think it's called The Newsstand Collector.
Uh-oh.
I think that's the name of his page. And it's got to be The Newsstand Collector.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Well, I hope that's it. If it's not, I'm going to correct everything next week. But that's his name, and his name is Tim. So he obviously loves newsstand comic books, and he reports on prices and all kinds of things. Great content on his page. And yesterday, time flies. It could have been the day before yesterday. Can I see his? Yeah, that's it.
Focus. Why is it
It's
not
not
focusing?
loading yet, but that's definitely that has to be it.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, there it goes.
Where's his icon?
I don't know. There it is.
That's
but it is Tim.
Tim, the Newsstand Collector, correct?
Yep, that's it.
Excellent. And if you do head on over there, tell him that everyone at Spidey Hits says hello.
Hello.
And so there it is. So that picture that you see there, guys, is a 9.4 Ultimate Fallout 4 first print newsstand. It's a newsstand. That book is worth anywhere between $7,000 and $15,000 right now.
Yeah.
He paid $1,150. It popped up on eBay, not listed as a newsstand because the gentleman that graded the book, he or she who graded the book, was unaware that it was a newsstand. So gets these books, gets his new submission back from CGC. I'll tell you guys in a second how I know it's a new submission. Gets the book back, lists it for $1,150, which is the going rate for a 9.4. And so our friend Tim sees that, snatches it up, out of here. Doesn't say anything about it, of course, until the book is in hand. The book gets delivered, it's in hand, he puts up the post. Now in that post, he talks about a couple of things, but you guys can check out the post. What I want to talk about is how this story gets even more interesting. So here we are. He grabs this book for $1,100, tax and shipping. Let's say he's at $1,300. He's instantly got between $5,000 and $10,000 equity in this book. If he lists this book right now for $7,000, I'm sure it sells in a heartbeat. If he lists it for $15,000, I think he gets offers for $10,000, $11,000, or $12,000. So this is one heck of a come up. This is what we all dream about. This is why we're all so persistent with our eBay saved searches. We love these kinds of things. Now, what's interesting is the guy that sold the book, or the person that sold the book, this is a brand new eBay account, had zero feedback. This was the first thing he sold. So our friend Tim still was bold enough to say, I don't care. We're buying this thing, because eBay's got your back anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm on eBay today, going through my Ultimate Fallout 4 first print. Am I yelling? I'm sorry.
Nope. No, you're perfect.
Good. And I'm going through the saved searches, and I see another one. A 9.4, looks like the identical photo, so I quickly zoom into the cert number. It's a different cert number. I got it memorized. 403, 409, 2016 was the one our friend bought. 403, 409, 2018 is the one that's up to date.
No,
I think
sir.
I got it memorized. I could be wrong. But now it's 17 grand. So look what happened. Our friend that accidentally sold it for 1,100 obviously got some messages letting him know he screwed up. Well, let's not say screwed up.
But he had more than one copy?
More than one copy, just got graded. I checked the cert numbers. They all got graded on 5/23/22. So what is 5? Is that May? May 23rd. He sends these two and gets them graded. But check this out. One of the cert numbers ends in 16.
Yeah.
One of the cert numbers ends in 18. So obviously I had to check that 17.
What's the grade?
9.6.
Oh, that's amazing.
Now, it doesn't tell us if it's a newsstand or a direct. We don't know. But if he sent in 3, they're probably all newsstands.
Deduction. They all came from the same source.
They all came from the same source. And so anyway, now he's got his one rightfully up there at 17,000 or best offer. And obviously he sold one for 1,000, and we're happy for our friend Tim who got that.
Right.
But this 9.6, I can't wait to see when that pops up. And if he knows, see, here's the thing. I'm gonna say, well, we know this because we talk about this.
Right.
A 9.6 sold for $38,000 on, I think it was Grails, GRAILZ, or maybe it was Elite. They're both consignment shops on Instagram. Yeah. I forget which one it was. They're both great. So whatever, they both could have sold it, but it sold for 38 grand if I remember correctly. Now, somebody yesterday put up a sale that they made on a 9.6 for like 19,000 or 21,000. It said smash new records. And I quickly told our friend, not the person that made the sale, but the person that sent me the information. I said, well, that's great, but that's not smashing a new record. That's half of what the record price actually is. It's important for us to know these details. We have to get prices from everywhere, because it's fine that gentleman is celebrating. 20 grand is nothing to, not be happy about. But it's in fact half of what it last sold for. And that's just the truth. But that's part of the problem of our industry, our field, where we really don't know what's happening, private sales, this and that. And that actually leads me to a conversation I'll have a little later about a friend of ours from Instagram named Professor Pecora. He's amazing. His comic books are world class. Check him out, Professor Pecora. And he actually went on he did a 14-minute video. I'm not going to call it a rant because it's not a rant. I do rants. He did a passionate, informative 14-minute video about how GPA, one of our favorite pricing services, gpanalysis.com, they actually do not aggregate data. Or they don't collect any data from Comic Link. Comic Link is one of the biggest auction houses for comic books, and Comic Link does not provide their sales data to GPA. So there's a lot of things that happen on Comic Link that we don't know about. And it's important to get as much of the pricing data as you can. Anyway, that's the whole story. 9.4 newsstand snatched up for about $1,000. It's really worth somewhere over $10,000. And the guy that graded it has another 9.4 up there now, and I think we're going to see a 9.6 pop up soon. And you guys better believe I definitely checked one certain number down and one certain number up as well. They were not Ultimate Fallout 4s.
Okay, you did check. Good.
I did.
But still, for any one person to own 3 newsstands, and for that book, those are considered high grade.
Very.
You know, and this is, you know, we've talked about it. We won't beat a dead horse here. The newsstand of Ultimate Fallout 4 is the book to have. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be, yeah. It has a chance.
There's a chance what?
It could be more important than a lot of your AF-15s.
Oh, depending on the grade.
Yeah, the grade. Like, obviously, anything 9.0 or better for AF-15 is
get out of here. Yeah, forget it.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
But just an AF-15 in general, like having a newsstand of Miles Morales and that's high grade is going to be.
There
really
will
important.
never be as many newsstand Ultimate Fallout 4s as there are AF-15s. I think there's a couple thousand graded AF-15s.
Right.
Swish says here, I sell on eBay and I feel for the seller's mistake, but it is what it is. And Swish, you're absolutely right. You know, but the thing about it is that's part of what we do. That's why it is interesting.
There's something in Louisiana called Légion Bien Moite, which is not how you say it in French, that's how I say it. But it means that in Louisiana, due to Napoleonic French laws, if you ever sell something for less than half of what it's worth, you have 1 year statutory right to actually take that person to court and either get paid for what it's worth or to get it back.
What?
Yeah. So if grandma sells her lot next door thinking she's getting a good deal, doesn't realize that the community's going to come up and it's actually worth $500,000, that person can't take advantage of her.
Oh, it's designed to keep less aware people from getting taken advantage of.
And they have 1 year, Légion Bien Moite, to reclaim their losses, so to speak, or to take it to court and make a demand of being taken advantage of by somebody.
Can somebody with a comic book also exercise that law?
It's not just real estate law in Louisiana. Okay. Now, does it cross state borders? If eBay gets like, I don't think it's worth the cost of the attorney alone to determine it, right? But there's an element in law that does protect the uninformed seller. But that law was developed and designed at a time where information wasn't readily available.
Right.
And I'm not saying it doesn't give an excuse to whomever. Like eBay doesn't say, hey, no, you actually have time to inform the seller that they're selling it too cheap or you'll miss out. No, that doesn't happen. Like you have to make the purchase immediately. Anybody listening to this stream right now, if you see you see a newsstand at 9.4 for under, well, let's just use that price of $1,100. You almost have to buy it. You have
to buy it.
And so now what happens after that happens after that. But I mean, the guy or gal, whomever it was, there's enough information. It takes just a few minutes to put it in Google to have a video pop up. It talks about the differences between the books, or this is why this one sells for that much and this one for this much, or even just, how to study a comic book to know if it's valuable. Like this information is available out there.
It is. And we are talking about a book that's very similar looking. And if you don't know, you don't know, right?
To your point, it's hard to know because it is very small.
From a novice, viewer of comic books, they're the same book, right? But the thing is, I'm with you completely. I think part of what we do is treasure hunting. And part of treasure hunting is making sure you have the edge, and your edge is the education. Education.
I love that, but I actually think the blame lies on CGC.
We'll talk about that. That's also what Tim said in his comment. In his caption, he said CGC didn't do the guy any favors, didn't put newsstand on the label.
They didn't put it on the label, but they didn't upcharge him because of the value of the book. That's the real issue.
That's a very interesting thing. And now, that's actually a very interesting thing. And here's the thing about that. Well, CGC doesn't separate the newsstand from directs for that particular book, even though they do for some. The only time CGC separates newsstand on a census and also notates it on the label is if the price is different of the book, because sometimes newsstand distribution is a little more expensive than the directs. And so they'll notate that it's a newsstand for that, or if it's manufactured with different materials. And we can write a list of books that do that, but those are the times. Right. But Ultimate Fallout 4, they're both manufactured the same exact way, and they both have the same price, and they were both in a poly bag. So I still wish that CGC would separate those books, or all of them, in fact, but they don't for that one. And
right, but the book wasn't properly insured on this way home.
It certainly wasn't.
Number one. And what does CGC stand for?
Certification Guarantee Company. Certified Guarantee Company.
Certified Guarantee Company. And so there's a guarantee that we're going to certify this book for what it really is. And you started the show off when you said newsstand. That's like having a Nike logo now.
It is. It is.
It's a brand.
And it's not like the ultimate. It's a brand.
That's getting a premium.
It is. And the Ultimate Fallout 4 newsstand says newsstand on the barcode. The barcode says newsstand.
Yes. I'm with you. So it's not really guaranteed. It hasn't been certified yet.
That's true. DO6 says if the person grading the books, if the person is grading the books, shouldn't they know what they have and what it can sell for? They should. You know, they should. And CGC does from time to time upcharge you, you know, because they're like, wait a second, this is a $15,000 book. We're getting our 3% here, you know. And so, well, whatever barrier breaks.
Yeah. I haven't submitted a $15,000 book, and maybe I know the answer, but.
Right. And so, but, you know, a lot of times they don't. And I think a lot of the card guys know that too. You know, you put in a PSA submission.
Oh, I got upcharged on the last submission that people saw on the channel. It went from $50 to $300 for individual cards.
But you had the cards though. You had the out of tens, the green.
Well, I mean, we knew that they were going to get upcharged, but there was an expectation that PSA knew as well. Like they knew what they were looking at, so they knew to upcharge it.
Swish says yes, and Swish says in the end, the seller still has the option to cancel sale before sends it out. He sends it out, so it is what it is. Right, he didn't know anything in the meantime. Between him getting the order in, you know, being happy that his book sold so fast.
This listing was up for such a small period of time, it sounds like not that many people
saw it. Was instant. It was up and it was gone. Yeah. If it wasn't going to be our friend Tim, it was going to be me or somebody else. I just didn't see the search at that moment. And so, you know, the seller had no idea, but he obviously figured it out before he put his second one up, because that one's up there at 17 grand. And let's hope he does really well. Let's hope he does really well on the second one. And let's hope he gets 40,000 for his 9.6.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I love it.
And
actually, I hope he does well enough on the 9.4 that he doesn't need to sell this 9.6 and just sits on that baby for a long time.
Dang, that's a good move. That's a really good move. And, you know, let's not, this has nothing to do with our friend Tim. Tim has every right to do whatever Tim wants to do.
We all want to be Tim at the moment.
Huh?
If we're being honest, we all want to be Tim at the moment.
We all want to be Tim at the moment, right? But let's talk about this real quick. I've done things of this sort where someone has given me a tremendous deal on something because they didn't want to deal with it. And I've graded it out and turned it into, you know, over $10,000 worth of value when my entry into that something was a couple $100. In those cases, once I realize the profit, meaning sell whatever the items were, I sometimes go back to whoever took care of me the first time around and, you know, give a little extra and say, thank you so much for the opportunity. And we can always do things like that if we want to.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Sure have. Absolutely. I'm not going to promise to do that as every person in the future, but I've certainly done it when it so called to me to do so.
Absolutely right. When it's something that we can do and it feels good to do it, we will.
Yeah. James says, Justin saw your music video. I never thought anybody would ever say that. Good entertainment, bad release day. Thank you so much. And just because it's in the same vein, the Card Ball says music video was amazing. Thank you, sir.
Very good.
I made it for you guys. Like I said, I almost sent it to Manu and said, hey, can I actually share this? Like, am I going to just get canceled immediately?
I would have told you to share it, so it would have worked out the same way.
Good.
William Hopkins, welcome. Very nice to see you.
Yes. Love you, man. Good to see you. Had to take his puppy for a walk. Now, you didn't miss. Well, yeah, you probably want to catch the replay
actually,
at the beginning.
We feel. Oh my gosh, we're 40 minutes in.
I told you it's not going to
Guys, we got to tell you something. We were. I'm going to tell them about the time thing.
Yep.
So we're trying to create this show on a we wanted to do hour shows. We're going to let you all know that we're going to limit shows to 1 hour. We're already 40 minutes in, and I feel like I've been running my mouth for 3 minutes. So
Yeah, it's
I
no way
don't
it's
know how
happening.
this is going to work.
Not gonna happen.
And we got
right.
4 or 5 more topics that are like top of mind.
Yeah, we do. And this is all in light of last week going 4 hours. So all right. So let's see what Ephraim says. He says, "Hey Spidey, have you ever seen the hobby box of Flair Ultra X-Men 94 that was shaped into slide into comic spinner racks, but had a slit to pull out the wax packs?" So he's talking about the feeder boxes. There's my girl.
Ashlyn.
Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Those are called feeder boxes. She can't hear you because I have headphones on. But
that's right.
Said hello. And so they're gravity fed. That's what I'm trying to say. They're gravity fed boxes.
Yeah.
And I have seen them, and they're awesome. And if you have them, we opened gravity fed boxes of Mexico. I think they were 1994.
The Pepsi
Flair, Pepsi, Mexico Pepsi cards was gravity fed, and we had like almost a hit in every pack. It was crazy.
At the Marvel crib.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Yeah.
Go 6 hours. 1 hour's not enough.
1 hour is definitely not enough, and 6 hour is probably doable for us.
Yeah, probably so. So all right, here's what I want to share with everybody. This is the big thing that I teased at the beginning of the show. That
all right,
I got a mail call, so I want to set it up properly. So you guys and gals are aware of X-Men, the animated series in the 90s. You're likely aware of the impact that's had on my collectible.
I know what it is.
You know what it is. You guys have some sense of how it's impacted me as a Marvel fan, as a collector. That show, along with Spider-Man the animated series, is why a lot of what I have is the way it is. It really fed into my hobby from a Marvel collecting. I mean, a comic book and comic card and action figure collecting. Okay, so there it is. All right, so that's the setup. And if you've been following the channel, I got to interview Eric and Julia Leewall on the YouTube channel, and I got to hang out with them when I was in California earlier this year. Well, on that channel, on that video, that interview, they said, "Hey, look, when we were creating X-Men the animated series, there was not a Wikipedia, and we actually came knowing how to make youth-oriented cartoons, but we didn't come into it knowing about X-Men. So we didn't have a lot of sources to go to when it came to developing these characters that the comic book reader would be able to relate to. So what they did is they purchased Marvel cards, and they used them as their little index of information, right? Well, it occurred to me, I think I was talking to my friend Bill, who was like, "Hey, you really should reach out to them and see if they still have those Marvel cards." Because in my interview, they actually lifted up the box and they were like, "Hey, look at this, look at this." And so I reached out to them, and not only did they have the boxes, they had the 1992 Uncanny X-Men trading cards. And I said, "Well, look, if those don't mean anything to you, I would absolutely love to have each one of the X-Men and you sign those cards." And they were like, "Done."
Wow.
So these are the actual trading cards that were used as source material to create X-Men, the animated series in the 90s.
My goodness. Guys,
signed by the creators.
This is so important. These are so special.
So I got one of each member of the X-Men. I dropped one. I'll pick it up in a second. That's Rogue. That's beautiful. Jubilee.
Wow.
Eric has a great signature, by the way.
This is so awesome.
Gambit.
Oh.
Who we have next? We've got
Cyclops.
Love it. Jean Grey.
Love that Jean Grey.
It's great. See, he's signed right over her face though, but I love it.
Kind of like a mustache going on over there.
I love it anyways. Don't turn it upside down, Justin. Wolverine.
Yes. Yes. A sick Wolverine.
Oh, you know what? So, and they let me know when they were creating the episode, they chose to make the characters after the Jim Lee X-Men. Like that's literally how they designed them. So that's
Yeah,
the Jim Lee auto on the Wolverine and the Eric Lewall
dude, you
auto on
can.
the Wolverine.
It's you're complete now.
Then you have Professor X, leader of the X-Men,
Very cool.
and maybe the best card of them all, the villain,
Oh,
Magneto.
very cool.
Isn't that incredible?
My friend, that is so special.
I'm like emotional. I can't even believe that I have these.
It's really that. Those are more than a piece. I don't even know how to describe it. Without those cards, the
The
rest
show
doesn't
doesn't become what
happen.
it is. Yeah, it doesn't become what it is. We get a version of the X-Men that we don't recognize.
That's like a script to the script of the animated series. And the
Yeah.
animated series scripted our whole life.
I know. I'm so excited.
Man, congratulations, man. That is so special. And I don't think it could be in anyone else's collection more appropriately. Like,
Oh, come
wow.
on now. You're too kind.
Dude, that's incredible. You deserve it. That's the
Oh,
reason they sent them to you. They knew where those cards were going. They knew.
yeah.
Man.
Oh,
And now they're going to be for sale? Just
no.
joking.
Heck no.
Hey, yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
and I would tell you, like, it's the whole team. So I couldn't even like my brother's a Gambit collector, right? And I'm
Yeah.
I can't break up the team.
It's okay. If it's with you, it's with him as well. Here's my
Yeah.
question, Justin. How are you going to display these? What are you
I hadn't
going
even
to do
thought
here?
about that. Hey baby, can you hand me that book behind me?
Because if you do some custom frame
Yeah,
stuff,
that one.
you'll never be able to visit the back of the cards. That might be okay, but there might be another way for you to do it as well.
So maybe I can do something. This is their book here that Eric put out. It took him almost 30 years to get permission to make this book by Marvel, by the way.
That
See at the bottom it
that's
says by Eric Lewall and Julia,
yeah,
the art of making the animated series. So I'd
that's
love to
kind of
display.
amazing, that book.
Oh, dude, if you haven't seen this is in your Books a Million, by the way. It is let me get to some of the good stuff. Like here's the episodes, like
Oh,
all
what?
scripted out. Yeah, like they drew them first.
No way. It's like
Yeah.
the wireframe for the show.
Mm-hmm. There's so much good stuff in here. I mean, it tells the whole history of all of it.
That's amazing. That's a really nice book. A coffee table piece, whatever you call it. That's really incredible. And the artwork, my goodness.
But it's a must-have for any animated, fan. And it's only, I mean, look, it's still growing. I mean, we got the X-Men 97 coming on
Yeah.
Disney Plus next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eric and Julia Lewall were just announced to be guest speakers at Comic-Con.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
San Diego.
San Diego, that's right.
When
That's what
when is that? Is that like a week from now, a couple days from now? When is that?
It is it's in August. Yeah, it's
Okay.
no, it's July because it's going on right before Nationals or right at Nationals, and I couldn't do
Ooh,
both.
Swish said PSA DNA if you want to get him slabbed.
I think I have to wait on CGC.
If at all. It's not even incredibly necessary, but yeah.
It depends. I would have to know that the cards are going to be recognized for what they are.
Right.
That
right.
that would be the question. Like, would
this is on par. This is not on par. This is greater than a pedigree collection of comic books. What?
I can't believe I own these. It's so incredible.
It's amazing.
He says, "Sleeve them." Look, yeah, I will. I know. I
was going to give you a tough time about that. Like, what are you doing? Why aren't they sleeved
well,
up
look, honestly, because I know that condition is important, but these cards are not in great condition. They were used to create the show. They were not thought of as a collectible.
Right.
And at the same time, like I have you know that they were shipped in this. So, that's how Eric and Julia. I was actually very thankful for the cardboard. I mean, they're not trading card collectors, and
that's an
awesome
part of the story. The most precious cards in my collection, and they came in a sandwich bag.
They did.
I love it. I love it. Okay, we will catch up on the comments because we've missed a couple dozen, but we'll get there. That's
All right.
incredible.
Yeah. Well, I really was very excited to share it with you guys and gals tonight.
How
Very
many
much.
cards in total was that?
So let's count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 cards. And some of them are vertical, some of them are horizontal.
2 are horizontal, the rest are vertical.
We're going to have to find you some really great ways.
So it could be
display
4, 4, and then 1 at each bottom being horizontal, or 1 at each top being horizontal. What I would like to do is the gold team and the blue team. So Storm is on gold team. Professor X is the tricky one because he wasn't on a team.
Mm.
But I can put him. Oh, that's right. I can put Magneto at the top and then Professor X at the top.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So we'll set them aside. Wolverine's on the blue team. Jean Grey's on the gold team. Cyclops is on the blue team. Gambit's on the blue team. Jubilee's on the blue team. Rogue, this is going to be a little outnumbered if I do it that way. I'm pretty sure Rogue was on the blue team and Beast is on the gold team. So that may not work. So I'll probably throw Rogue over here with the ladies with Beast. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Probably would have Storm, Rogue, Jean Grey, and Beast on one side. Cyclops, Jubilee, Gambit, and Wolverine on another side with Magneto and Professor X up here. Maybe this book in the middle, like here.
Mm.
And they also sent me a photocopy of the first page of episode 1, the script signed.
Photocopy of the first page of episode 1 script signed. Photocopy, not the original.
Not the original.
Is there even an original? They're all copies. It's a script.
That I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
to
pretty
your
awesome.
point. Yeah, it's all printed out. Yes.
Yeah.
To your point.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I would frame that with it maybe.
I'm into it. I can't wait to see.
All right, I've got to scroll up to the comments here. So,
okay, yeah, let's see what's here.
Almost there. We had a question. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah, William Hopkins question.
Yeah. I made a purchase a couple of days ago, and I'd like to know if I made a good deal or not. The first box was 92 Marvel Metal Universe Series 3. Box was open with only 30 packs. Oh, so the box was open when you bought it. 92 Marvel Universe Series 3, I think maybe has some holograms in them.
They do.
I don't.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hologram set.
I think you can get those boxes for around $100.
100 seems a little light. Are they at 100?
I think so.
I'll check. No, you carry on with your thought. I'll check eBay real quick.
Yeah, and again, forgive me, I haven't kept up with those sales. Tape says I saw some guy got tased at Dallas Card Show for selling fakes or stealing cards. You guys see that on YouTube? I missed that. Well, there was in January. I was at that card show. There was a guy selling fake Jordans, and yes, he tried to run.
I saw some videos of that one.
Yeah, so I don't know. The Dallas Card Show doesn't come up again until the 15th or 16th. And, I'm going to share some information with you. You do with it what you will. But Steve Aoki is supposed to be going to that Dallas Card Show and maybe bringing Marvel cards.
Ooh.
So,
wait, when is that one? When is it? What's the date?
I think it's the 14th through the 17th of July.
August? July? Right around the corner.
Maybe wrong.
Okay. Are you going to be there?
No.
Okay. Just on the cards, you were not wrong. Right in that ballpark. Most recently, July 5th. I think that's today. Marvel Universe Series 3, 1992, sold 15 bids, $127.50 plus $16.50 shipping. So call it $150 all in, but call it $125 at auction.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So that way he'll know. Card Boss, yes, is in the house. Awesome. So William says the second box was 1997 Flare Ultra Flare Skybox.
Okay.
97? 27 packs out of 48. I paid $200 for both boxes. It sounds like for both boxes, you actually may have got a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Sydney, thank you. I appreciate it. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Oh, okay. These are the people seeing the cards. Why are they not in sleeves? Because as you saw, I got them in a sandwich bag. So, no, I lost my spot. Awesome.
Yeah, William.
Thank you,
So
dude.
I'm taking a look at the '97 Fleer Skybox box, and you know what I'll say is it sounds like you are right where you were supposed to be, and certainly not overpaid, and that's what I think that feels like.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Symbiote Rain says, in my Indiana Jones voice, those belong in a museum.
They
You're not
do.
wrong, but they're going to belong to me for some time.
You are the museum. You're the curator of the museum. They're with the curator for the moment.
Whoa, those are cards that would make you enjoy pooping. Okay, yes.
Wait, what? What was the comment?
You'll have to read it. I can't say it out loud.
Whoa, those are cards that will make you enjoy. Okay. All right, Deadpool Deeds. All right.
We're going to trust you, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I will sleeve them.
I don't remember that sensation. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a little while. Cardballs says, wow, as a big fan of Jim Lee and the animated series, this is a sick series of cards. Yeah, I think
Right.
so.
It really is so significant. Historically, emotionally, nostalgically, like it's got it all.
Yeah, I'm giddy. Thank you, Bryce. You could argue there is no MCU without those cards. You know what? In my interview with them, that's what I said. I said, look, without the animated series, you don't get the foundation that the MCU is built on. Period.
Truth.
Yeah, anime series led to the movies being made. Totally agree. We're catching up on the comments, guys. I would send them away still just in case and document. I have some sense that I would do that. I just honestly, I made the request, and they're wonderful people, but I was like, I'm going to get it's in the storage, I can't find it message at some point, because these are 30 years ago.
Right.
And no, that's not the case. They not only found them, to their credit, after a few weeks, they reached out to me and said, hey, we haven't forgot about you. We've been out of town doing this and that. We're still working on it. Like, not me reach out, like they reached out to me. So they're very, very kind people. I would love to see Upper Deck take and do a series with them, like have maybe like an inner set of cards that were all designed around the animated series, with autograph inserts of some of those cards from the lead walls and maybe some of the voice actors who are still alive.
That would be terrific.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be great.
Oh, did I see some of the voice actors in your video that you were at the HeroCon?
No, you saw me share their post, but I did think it confused people because it was right around HeroCon.
Okay.
That maybe I had taken the photo, but it was a shared post from them. Does CGC authenticate autographs?
No.
Not on comic books, but they might on comic books. I mean, on trading cards. I don't know.
You think they do? I don't know.
They don't on comic books. We know
they
that.
don't on comic books. That's for sure.
They
have a signature series program, so if they started verifying, that would kind of not be great for their witness program.
Right. But trading cards is maybe a little different. See, PSA does authentication on the signature, so. But I can prove these. I think I can. So we'd have to see how they would say that. Cardball says, luckily it wasn't tied up in a nice rubber band. I would have gladly taken them in a nice rubber band. Facts, but I am glad they were not in a rubber band.
Right.
That's why I say, for documentation reasons, easier for insurance purposes and to document it. These are really special. I don't know how you would even value of them isn't even a thought for me.
Right.
Yeah. Pedigree.
Right. Johnny Bravo, what up?
Whoa, how's it going, Johnny? Okay, so he's a Wolverine guy, so I got to show him.
Johnny, you missed a lot. I'm not even going to lie to you. You missed a lot, but we're so happy you're here. Oh, the playback. You could always enjoy the playback. Take a look at that.
You're going to have to go to the playback, but I'm waiting for this to focus. So, Johnny, what you're looking at here is the signature by Eric Lee Wall, who is, almost dropped it, but just for effects, is one of the creators of X-Men, the animated series. And these trading cards were the cards that they used as a source material to create the characters and the cartoon when they were creating the show. And he sent me the full X-Men team and Magneto signed cards, the actual cards that were used to create the X-Men, the anime series. So very, very happy. And he's a big time Wolverine collector, so that's why I used that one. Oh, so yeah, Tape is asking what's the estimated value of the cards. I don't know.
And right below that, he said $150. He's definitely not talking about the estimated value. He's probably, we're reading it late. It was probably an answer to that box, how much that one box of cards was.
That makes sense. I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know. And if for some reason they thought they were a lot, like maybe the lead walls probably have another 100 of these cards they could sign that were from that same box. B Chung, is current collector habits a deterrent for not going after Walmart variants? In 10 years, aren't those going to be viewed as the new newsstands? This is a comic book question, and I really like this question.
Yeah, and it takes it. I want to digest the question a little bit. Is current collector habits a deterrent for not going after Walmart variants? But see, people do go after Walmart variants, and they already are kind of excited about them. In 10 years, aren't those going to be the new newsstands? Well, that's quite interesting because that is kind of newsstand distribution, right? The Walmart variant, and so
they're wrapped up in that poly bag cardboard thing.
There's usually only one that's a Walmart variant, and then there's comic books that are available everywhere. So B, first of all, hello B, and that might be true. That might make it worth it to just keep a couple. They're not, the barrier of entry to grab a couple of those is not crazy.
Here's why I don't think it's going to work.
Tell me, yeah.
Number one, the 90s, late 80s, early 90s newsstand did not have grading companies behind them.
Oh yeah.
So there's a reason why those comic books were not preserved. Okay.
This is going to feed into the ratio variant.
Correct.
Exactly.
So with the Walmart, because people have already lived through that experience with newsstand, and they kind of think of it as like a newsstand,
they're already preserving them.
I'm one of them. Like I already have some Walmart variants graded.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take but 1,000 of us to do it. That there's going to be plenty, right? And so I just don't think you're going to have the same high grade scarcity that comes with the newsstands in the early 90s with the Walmart variants today. The other thought process is generally the thing that people didn't want that becomes the thing of value later.
And I'm going to jump right in here because what you just said is this thought that kept happening while you were speaking here. It's a beautiful question. Is this going to become the next newsstand? Is that going to become the next newsstand? But here's the thing. Nothing can be the next newsstand because the factors that created the newsstand will not be replicated. Yes, you will have other things that are more rare. You'll have other things that are sought after because of where they were found, like Walmart this and Walmart that. But they will never be able to replicate the actual factors that created what we have today as the newsstand effect, if you will.
Right.
So nothing will actually be the next newsstand, but several things will be collectible.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to attempt to change my audio to my speakers.
Okay.
So that my daughter can hear. And if for some reason it creates an echo, we'll go back to the speakers. To the headphones. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's rock and roll. William Hopkins says,
let's turn this up. Say something, Manu.
I'm here. I'm reading William Hopkins' comment.
You sound great.
Okay,
sound
cool.
Better if I take those off? Baby, can you hear?
Yeah, just let me know. Oh, there's already the echo, isn't there?
The echo is there. How about now?
Let's give it a shot. I don't hear it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's loud enough for me. And as long as you guys don't have an echo, that'd be great.
It says, William says, that's awesome. Thanks again. I feel much better about we went over the prices for what he purchased. Yeah, you made a good deal, William. So no worries there. He said, I've never made any box purchases before. Majority of my card purchases have graded cards. He said 9, 8, and 10s, but he means 9, 5, and 10s. Thanks again, guys.
For sure.
You're very welcome, William. Absolutely. Funkin Mint, my man, says,
what's up?
What's up?
DO6 has buybacks of the suspended animations. Oh, that would be fun.
That
he's
sounds
talking about
sick.
Yeah, there was a suspended animation, animated series card. So I think that's
look, this one. No, not this one. But did you see? I
did.
The clear chrome.
And we were hunting that in the 95 Flare Ultra Spider.
Did you guys pull any?
No, we pulled some clear chrome, but not Spider-Man.
Oh, did you pull a Venom?
No, that would have been cool. No, we pulled
Yeah,
like
'cause
Green Goblin and Shocker.
There's one on eBay for $4.99, and that's a bit more than I want to pay for it. But I do want that one. Oh, I want to show you the other. I want to show you this other thing.
All right,
Okay,
thanks, Johnny B.
Who's in there? Oh, what's going on? You graded your own. I bought mine just now, but you graded this one. But I'm happy to have it.
Oh yes, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, sorry, I can't fight the glare. There it is.
There it is.
Bought it, and then
very happy for you.
And then, remember I told you I picked up something from Marvel Beckett Registry?
You did. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, look at you. You got a little McFarlane.
Pop one. The McFarlane Spidey from the cover of Spider-Man #6.
And isn't that book horizontal?
No. 16 is horizontal.
16 horizontal.
Yes. This is the one with Hobgoblin on it. So
got it.
Yeah, I think it's the last post on my Instagram page or 2 or 3 posts down. But I was super happy to grab this and got it for a really great price. I feel very fortunate about that.
Well, he had a PSA card.
He did.
What's he doing with the PSA card? He's Marvel Beckett Registry.
The only thing I ever bought from him is the only PSA card he's ever sold.
Do you like that it's card number 10 and it's Gem Mint 10? Does that work for you?
It does now. I didn't know that. I didn't pay any attention to that whatsoever.
I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing like pulling a PSA card that's numbered to 10 and realizing it's not a PSA 10. Could you see that number 10? And you're like, yes. Oh, it's a 7.
And then I finally got these in.
Oh man.
The Virgin variants that you've already received. But it's kind of bittersweet because I just sold my original copy, the 9.8. Yeah, I sold it on Instagram yesterday.
You always be selling.
I try, but they're trying to get in my way right now, not letting my DMs work.
I think so. Poke Blunt says, been into Marvel so much lately, I've thought of changing my username to Marvel name. We welcome it. I see your Pokemon icon there. I can't remember what that's called, but you know, hey,
I don't remember who that is either, but it's a cool image. But I thought he said,
I don't know.
I don't remember. I thought he said I'm thinking of changing my username to Marvel name, and I was like, wait, what? Oh,
to a Marvel name. Who's your favorite Marvel character? That's what I want to know.
I thought you were asking me. I was like, get out of here. You don't.
So Bryce says that CGC trading cards can put special notes on the back of slabs if they are from a certain events, such as Pokemon cards for the Jake Paul rip. Maybe they can do something special like that with those. See, now you're speaking my language.
They did that for the Jake Paul pack opening?
I'm trusting Bryce here.
That's
sounds
cool.
like you do.
That's very cool. Marvelous Packs, what's up? And thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, Marvelous. Manufactured rarities. Yeah.
I mean, that's
the Walmart stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think of?
Huh?
Upper Deck's got a new website.
Really? Is your song their banner when you go to the website? Is it you that greets everyone?
Yeah. Michael Bolton's trying to figure out why his name is being Googled with Marvel cards.
That's funny. When Bryce said I really like the Red Moon Knight Walmart, I haven't seen that cover.
So, okay, I know what he's talking about now, and I'm going to share this on the Upper Deck question. I'll go back to the question here in a second. All right. So did you hear, where's the question? Oh, I already got it up. So did you hear that Upper Deck is now doing something called Collect Forever?
Is that a vault?
It's a vault.
Okay.
And it's where you can send your collectibles to the vault, including comic books. You see comic books in the photo here. Mm-hmm. But you will be able to trade them digitally. Just like we trade cards on ePack, you'll be able to swap your collectible. So I could trade a comic book for a Marvel card on the vault.
Right.
Now you can do this through other vault systems.
Right.
But what I'm curious about is my little quick investigation, which is not complete, so don't take this as the truth, is ComC is not involved in this. Or did not put this deal together.
Okay.
So I've got some more. I got some more to learn, and I'm going to work on that. But what I want to know is where are the collectibles going to be housed? Who's in control of it? Because I know it's not Upper Deck, and oh look, you can pre-order from here. Look at that.
Well, can I just really quickly? William said Beckett's are 9.8s and 10s.
Beckett is 9.5 on the
Right.
grade.
Right.
Yep, that's true. They're 9.5.
I was like, what did I miss?
Unless he's talking about comic books.
No, he's talking about Beckett, because Beckett, I mean, unless he's talking about CBCS,
which is owned by Beckett.
Then that would make sense. Make sense.
So yeah, but I've got some work to do around this. So I've got a question for the community here. This would take some work, but I really am thinking about doing it. I believe I have the space and capacity, but I'm thinking about doing a short little news video every Thursday that like catches everyone up on like the latest in the hobby, specifically around Marvel cards, trading cards. And it would include like, just the high points, nothing too in depth of releases or delays, but things like this Collect Forever and how this might impact the Marvel card collection. Like, is that something you would like to have one place that you can count on every week to give you the latest in Marvel card news?
I think it sounds great, and I think everyone's going to agree. How long are you thinking of making those segments?
8 minutes, 5 minutes. It depends on I don't want to manufacture news, but
no, that's those quick hits. Get the headlines while someone's making their meal or eating their meal. Boom, and I think that's beautiful. And then every little part of it, like in your 5 to 10 minutes, every little bit of it you turn into a YouTube short as well. So you'll have your 1 minute things floating around, and you'll have the whole of it floating around as well.
And the way it serves me is I won't feel the need to have to like do a post, do a video, do like every time there's news.
Yeah.
I can just consolidate it into one video per week.
Yeah. Unless you have breaking news that needs its own thing, and that's an entirely separate thing, but that doesn't happen all of the time.
Right. No, but like, yeah, if there needs to be speed, I can have that, but okay.
And let's
so
see.
Let me know your thoughts, people. And, I'll put some work into it.
Marvelous Pack says, "What up, Swish Rips, Doom card, and Elusive collectible." I didn't see Elusive in here. What up? I didn't see Doom card in here. What up?
I did see Doom.
Nice.
There it is.
Thank you.
I see that.
Thank you. And then okay, we William Hopkins. We've discussed that.
Another question. Says, did you see this?
No, I didn't see that. Oh, because I was in the middle of those actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, I forgot another question. What's your feeling or insight on the Fresnel cards? I'm putting together the set. I'm chasing Spider-Man and Captain America. Spider-Man was quoted to me at 800. So Manu, I'll take this one.
Yes, please.
So the Fresnel, I think is the right term. It's a lighting term. But these cards were created with the idea of a lighthouse.
Oh, those, yeah.
They're really, really nice. You to really appreciate them, you need to have them in hand. They're made out of plexi. They're thick plastic that's see-through, and I really like them. I do happen to have the Spider-Man.
You just got it back.
No. That was you're correct that I got a Spider-Man that's a PSA 8 that is made out of plexi, but that is that's the stained glass variant.
Got it. Okay, cool.
It's similar card, but like everything about its makeup is similar, except the card and design. It's a fun set. Those are not numbered. Here's the rub. Where the one I have of Spider-Man, the stained glass, is numbered. There's only 20. I have 4 of 20. Right. The Fresnels, if I'm saying that correctly, I hope I am. They are short printed and super short printed. So you have your kind of your I'll call it the base of them that's printed, a lot. And then they get shorter print and super short print. And there's speculation on how many of those are, but there's not total transparency around how many there are. And when anytime something's super short print, you generally think there's around 30. I don't really know the answer to that. So any Spider-Man that's, a great looking card that's less than 30 is going to be expensive. When I traded for mine, it was with an $800 value. It just happens to be the number you said. But I will tell you, I got mine back in January, and I did that trade at an $800 value. I actually traded a blue Moon Knight PMG raw for mine. To give you an idea how special I think the card is. But again, it's Spider-Man. But Spider-Man, Captain America, and do you already have Wolverine? Because I think Wolverine's one of the more expensive ones as well.
Blue
and there's probably people
99.
listening to this and know that set better than I do. I'm not chasing that set. I only have the Spider-Man.
Got it. I just wanted to get some more insight on how you valued it. The blue that you traded, is blue out of 99 or out of 50? I don't remember.
It was out of 49. So we say 50, but it's really 49.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
that card is really interesting. That card, the blue PMGs of Moon Knight from 2017 Flare Ultra Spider-Man are notorious for surface damage out of the pack. They're kind of white. It has some whiting on it. Well, this one did have that. So I traded it in person to the guy at a discount because of it.
Mm-hmm.
He went off and got it graded and got a PSA 9.
What?
Yeah.
Good for him. Wow.
And so, maybe it was just an error on the grader, or they recognized that this was manufactured. It was not actual damage to the card. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love what Pack says here. I'm hungry for Marvel content, so it must be Tuesday.
There you go. There you go. The what is it called? Not your natural clock. I don't know what it's called. You get a sense.
Biological clock.
The biological clock. Swish Rips early on had said, Manu stacking up the card collection and no holds barred. Thank you, my man. I'm in there. I love
that
cards.
dude has a great collection. He just hasn't shown it all off yet.
I do have some that no one has seen yet, but what's really driving me is these conversations, of course, but the market is just, they're affordable right now. The card, I'm getting cards that I would have paid $500 for $100. So how am I not going to buy them? I love them.
So Marvelous Pack says the S is silent. So it's Fresnel. How do you not say the S?
Fresnel?
The Fresnel?
Fresnel.
Fresnel. Fresnel. That is how you say it.
Fresnel?
I think it is Fresnel. Now that I'm actually hearing it, I do actually
Fresnel.
believe that's how it's said. The Fresnel. Yeah,
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's correct. Thank you, Marvelous Pack.
You finessed the Fresnel.
Yeah, you got to finesse it.
Hey, that's all for now.
Oh, he's got a dad joke. That was awesome.
All I got is dad jokes. That's my favorite stuff.
So Marvelous Pack says, can we send other Rittenhouse cars to the Upper Deck E-Pack? Oh, that would be amazing. But I think the answer is yes there, my friend. I'm not sure, but I think it is yes. If we could send other types of cards in addition to comics and trade that on E-Pack, it would be a game changer. I think the whole point is that the stuff that you have like on ComC, you can now go to Collect Forever and use that to trade for people's stuff on E-Pack. Now, I'm not sure. Again, I got to do the work around it, but I think that's the idea. It's getting to that place.
Makes sense that it would get to that place. It should get to that place. Why wouldn't it? You're just transferring ownership. It doesn't matter, it's valid.
Yeah. So Sydney said he would watch it. That's awesome. Good to know. Bring it,
okay.
Spidey. Enough said. The break between Tuesday and Saturday mornings are brutal. So yes. Okay. Well, all right. I got that. Thanks,
Love
man.
that.
Great idea from Adam.
Very cool. Very cool.
More the merrier. Okay. So I have a request then. All right. If you hear of news, send it to me. Help me curate the news.
Yeah.
I'll put out the content so everybody gets to enjoy the collective mind of this community.
Yeah.
Yeah. You read or see something you feel like it needs to be talked about, broadcasted, send it to me.
Beautiful.
Preferably on Instagram at the Spidey Hits IG DM. That would be preferred.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yep. Please make the content. Yeah. We need more content creators. That's for sure.
Oh, that's Pax. Yeah. Pax put out some, video the other day it was the other day about like, you know, NFTs in that marketplace and stuff like that. And it was a good one about cashing out on Vive, I think was part of that as well.
Oh, is that available now?
I think so. MPAX chime in. That's available now, right?
Hey, sweetie.
And then William says, yes,
You can sit on the ground.
I have them all except the two mentioned. Oh,
Yeah.
the
The Fresnels.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie. Love you.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Ashley says bye.
Bye. See you later.
So Marvelous Pack says the last comic card set left on ePack is Marvel Ages. So the Marvel cards are selling out. 16 different Marvel sets were on ePack less than a year ago. So true. And it's a problem. I don't think Upper Deck intended to ever have a point where someone couldn't buy a Marvel card, you know, from a retail source. That's not good. Hey, you guys. Goonies voice.
Oh, Oliver, what up? Oliver, comic book washing. I have not searched it. I'm sorry, but the note is still here on this desk. This is the first time I've been at this desk since that day. I apologize.
Yeah. Hey, Marvel Marshall says he just picked up the 95 Flare Power Blast Wolverine and 95 Hunters and Stalker Gold Wolverine, both PSA 10s, both fun cards. I love that.
I love the Flare Power Blast. I know that card very well. I'm pretty
Hunter
sure
and Stalker Wolverine is cutting through the card.
That I don't know. I don't know that card.
Man.
If you could pull that card up, I'd love to see that one. That card I don't know. And then Destructive Collector says, is that what eBay is trying to do with Vault? Indeed. Absolutely right.
It's a race. The Vault is a race. There's something more behind it that I haven't figured out yet. And I don't know. There's just something else there.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot there that is super, like, you know, obvious too, right? Like we all saw digital transfer of ownership, you know, widespread. That was a great idea. And as people collect more things, the liability of having these valuable items in some location that may or may not be properly secured or insured is sort of, you know, stressful. So there's a lot of things coming together. Oh, this card, yes, dude, I do not have this card, not raw, not graded. I know I do not have this card, but I remember this card.
It's a great card.
This is a great card. What are these 3 iterations here?
Oh, silver, gold, and rainbow.
They were doing this in 95?
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I'll put it back up. Put it back up.
I like that.
Here's the back. So there's no difference on the back that I can tell.
I'm going to wait for it to pop up here. Yeah, okay. I don't see a difference either. Very cool.
But the foiling is the difference.
Right.
So rainbow on the left, silver in the middle, gold on the right. All here PSA 9s on this one.
Very cool. Bryce has a secret, and he doesn't want us to tell anyone, but he's working on content as well.
I love it. And the good news is, like, no one will see it on this channel, so your secret's safe with us.
You're fine. Nothing we mentioned sells out on eBay.
Or hits Tom's top 10 comic book sales. It's only happened 3 times from this channel, but, you know, whatever.
Right, like clockwork. Well, Comic-Con is coming up, so we need some representation on the scene. Yes, Cash Out is rolling out before SDCC. Very cool. That's Marvelous Packs letting us know that cashing out is going to be a function available soon on Vive or Vivi, however you want to say it.
Vive is how I think it's said, but I can't I have 2 Spider-Mans on there. I don't know. I don't know if I could sell them. It feels way too early for NFTs to sell something like that.
Are you familiar with the Marvel collecting app with the Marvel digital cards? It's just Marvel's app.
I've seen it. I've been on it a few times. I have one card
on there, and I bought it from a guy on eBay, and he was like, "I'll transfer it to you." I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I like the look of this card." He says, "Not a real card. It's a digital thing." I said, "How is it autographed then?" He was like, "I don't know. It's digital though." He said, "Download the app, put up a username, and I'll send it to you." I said, "All right, I'm about to pay you, man. You better send me my card." And he did.
So you accidentally bought one of the digital cards.
Well, I was just like, let me jump into this world. It's a super
Yeah.
cool looking Venom. I'll show you. I don't know how to show you, but I'll show you.
Yeah.
Super cool looking Venom. I don't know why it's autographed. How could a digital card be autographed?
It can't. Let me go ahead and answer that question.
Right?
Not
So what the
autograph
heck
as
is
you
that?
and I mean autograph. Like he can have the signature,
It has a signature. And
but
so now,
did the autographer, did they take a digital pen and like digitally sign it?
like a DocuSign.
Yeah, like a DocuSign. Like that would be cool.
That would actually be interesting. And since it's and see, this is going into a different world of like smart contracts and certain things that you can do on like blockchain properties, but you can actually have a lot of that really cool stuff built into an NFT. Your smart contract could verify that this was digitally authenticated by the creator of the design. Like there's a
But
whole bunch of stuff that could
the
go into it.
signature is not exactly what makes this cool, right?
No, the
It's
story behind that is.
the story and the fact that that person then took the time to sit down with their, I'm gonna use the word DNA, their own DNA. You know, it's not a great term, but it's the one I have at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like I have a digital signature I use for work all the time. I click with like my mouse,
Yeah.
but I just feel like that's not the same as actually signing. Like
It's not the
physically
same.
signing.
My digital signature looks nothing like my real signature.
And why am I out of focus all of a sudden?
Oh, actually, I do have one digital signature that I scanned, and it is the same. Anyway, let's catch up on some stuff here. What's we got here? Vive will be Marvel. Oh yes. Any Sideshow collectible fans on here? What's your favorite purchase? Oh, Sideshow is awesome. I don't have any statues, but I love some of their limited prints. And there's actually a print I'm looking to get my hands on right now, so I'm not going to mention it because there's only 2 on eBay and they're expensive, but still, I'm working with them.
I forgot about their prints.
Some of them are sick. I think they come with statues. I'm not sure. No, I think you can buy them actually, but they sell out. They all sell out. It's not like Sideshow's awesome.
So they're expensive and they take up a lot of space.
Yeah, they're huge, man. They're really enormous.
They are amazing though.
And I'm so particular. Like I'm like, before I spend $2,000 on something, like I gotta know it's the perfect one. And I've never. This is gonna sound crazy. I've never seen something that spoke to me as the perfect Spider-Man statue.
Oh,
Like,
the perfect one? No, I'm
Yeah.
100% with you. The action figures speak to me because I can pose them.
Right. And if you don't love it so much, it's okay. It's $15.
Well, yeah, there's actually, yeah, it's $15, but there is something about Spider-Man, even in a generic like neutral pose, that in the action figure still looks okay, but in the statue is just frozen, you know?
Frozen. Yeah, so
And it
you
can be a
gotta
picture
love
of action, which is cool. But what I will tell you, the only statue that I've ever saw and I went, okay, let me count some money here, was a Silver Surfer statue that was like it was only like 9 inches, but whatever it was made of was the right stuff. It had the right sculpt, everything about it. And I mean, I like surfer like I think most people do. I'm not a surfer guy.
Mhm.
It had like a $1,200 price tag on it, and I still was thinking about, I kind of want this.
I want to see that one. Look at Sydney call me out here. If you watched my reveal on Saturday, Manu, you would have seen Hunters and Stalkers Wolverine.
I wasn't going to say
I
anything.
promise you, I was in there. I wasn't in there the whole time, but I was in there. I watched a couple of those packs get open, and then I had to do something because I definitely wasn't there the whole time.
Yeah, it went on for 2.5 hours. It was a little long.
You know how we get. 2.5 hours is nothing.
Yep. Yeah, Bryce, I can't wait either. All right, so it's VV because Pax knows. Don't sell grails like Spider-Man, Justin. You're right on with your instincts.
Very cool. Very cool.
I would like to get a definitive comic book though. Yeah, just hit the record button. That is true. I keep saying that. Just
You mean
I
hit
love
record.
how who is it? Yeah, you heard me say that to Manu, right? Who is it? Think Media, the YouTube channel. By the way, if you're going to create YouTube content, they're really cool to follow. I love their spirit.
I know Think Media.
Yeah, Think Media. They have a strong entrepreneur mindset about YouTube.
Yeah.
And they get into the psychology of creating YouTube channels. And one of the things he says is punch fear in the face and hit record.
Yeah, and smash
I
the like button.
I say it to myself all the time. Like, all right, if I'm scared, like that means I probably need to do it. Let's go.
That's really good. That's really good. Oh, I'm a little terrified. Jump in.
Yep. All right. We're on to something.
I like it. Where are we here? What else did Bryce say here? Oh, you have it
Oh,
on
he
the
did
screen.
say 9.9 to have some digital cards I don't even look at. You can have. I think they were ultra rare or something.
I mean, I get weird when anybody gives me anything, but like
Right.
let's just hold them. Bryce, let's just hold them. I've got mine. I don't know what to do with them. Who knows? Maybe in 5 years we're gonna be really happy that we have some app that has some digital Marvel cards in it.
Yep.
I wish I could show you the Venom one. It's so dope. I want the
That cool?
actual card.
We got to get you set up on your laptop so you can pull stuff up.
You know what? I'm gonna go shopping and grab a new one probably tomorrow, so I'll have a couple of new gadgets and things.
Yeah, it'd be fun. So J Cal says, love the 95 X-Men Flare Ultra set, undervalued for sure.
Yeah,
I just love it. Like it is quintessential 90s Marvel cards.
yeah. It is nostalgia. It is nostalgia.
Marvel Marshall says, I'll be doing my first video on one heck of a mail day unboxing video tomorrow.
Oh snap!
Make sure you send me the link.
See it? Where do we see it? Okay, good.
M-Switch, I got so many statues.
Man, how do you have the space? Like you have like, oh, they're so big. They're so big. That's cool though. That's really dope.
You can display your digital card on a digital picture frame.
Heck yeah, you can. That's true.
Hey, Samuel, thank you.
That's true.
And then you would be able to just show it to us.
What if we started printing out our digital cards and then laminating them, and all of a sudden we got cards?
We got cards again.
I'm being facetious. I completely understand the world of, I do. Come on, guys. I've been in crypto for a minute.
All right, so question for you. Let's say you own this digital Venom, and then somehow Topps, who owns the digital rights to make digital trading cards, somehow connects with Upper Deck, whatever. Somehow they all are owned by Fanatics one day. Let's just make it up, okay? And they go, if you already own this digital version of Venom, you now have access to the Venom card, but only if you already own the digital. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like really limited, and only you would get it.
That is adding utility to your digital asset. The digital asset without utility is what everyone says is just a JPEG. It's not just a JPEG, but that's the argument that everyone makes.
Yeah. Marvelous says that Pat got him through that live got him through a long drive. It must have been a really long drive.
Yeah, we went on and on.
Somebody's like, you want to go with me 4 hours over here? I'm like, no, I'm not sitting down that long. Sits for 4 hours of the podcast. The drops for comics on and around Comic-Con are rumored to be really big, like Amazing Fantasy 15 big. Man,
the drops for comics on and around Comic-Con are rumored to be really big, like Amazing Fantasy 15 big. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah. We're talking about Vivi. Got you.
They're gonna have to offer 100,000 of those. Like there are gonna be so many people trying to buy them.
Yeah, now's a great time to jump in there because a lot of people have been slapped in the face by crypto and they're kind of turned off and they're not doing any NFTing because
crypto going to hit 15,000?
I think Bitcoin could go to 8,000 or 9,000. My logic is this. My logic is that almost everything, with the exception of some comic books, almost every other asset class and everything that was inflated in the last 2 years has gone back to pre-pandemic prices. What has not gotten back to pre-pandemic prices is our favorite cryptos. Bitcoin is still double actually, like we talked about this, pre-pandemic on Bitcoin is like 3,000 to 6,000, like 5-ish, 7-ish. It's still at 19. I think it can go to 8, 9. If it goes, none of this is any sort of advice about anything.
Not a financial channel. You're not here for that.
You're not here for that. But the thing about it is, I've been in this cycle before. And I feel like this is similar. There are other factors involved, but I've been in this sort of thing before. And if Bitcoin is going to hit a pre-pandemic price, it ain't going to stay there a long time. And the only people that are going to catch any of it are people that have buys in place. You're not going to wake up one morning and say, oh, Bitcoin's 7, casually go to Coinbase and buy it. It's already gone. By the time most people hear that it was at 7, it's because someone wrote an article about it, not because it's at 7 anymore. That thing is not going to sit at 7. 7 is sell something and buy a Bitcoin if I'm talking to myself only. Only
Yeah.
myself.
Manu's looking in the mirror, and he's going to recall this conversation.
That's it. Most of our favorite cryptos, although they are super down from the top, are still 2, 3, if not 5 times higher than pre-pandemic. Perspective is important. And if you guys got into Bitcoin or whomever got into Bitcoin at 60,000 or in any other asset when every asset was inflated, well, you took a big risk by doing that. And this, of course, is, now the bear market. But if you can hold, ride it out, 3 years later, cycle repeats, sell it at the top if you can figure out the timing. And that's that.
Interesting. So you used a couple of words there. You used perspective and you used pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
And, we're likely going to use COVID or the pandemic as a mile marker in history.
We are. Absolutely.
Like it just is. It's going to be post World War I, post World War II, post and pre-pandemic. And I'm not trying to say that it was as bad as those wars. I'm just saying we use those terms as a mile marker in history, right? And when you're looking at like collectibles, you eloquently described it, but I want to bring it back to comic books and trading cards.
Okay.
Marvel trading cards are not at pre-pandemic levels yet.
No.
Comic books, I think some are at pre-pandemic, but not the high-end stuff.
Some, but most are not. Most are not. Comic books have a very unique quality. Comics and cards have a very unique quality where it's not just a thing in the market. It's emotion. It's different, but carry on.
Yeah. So I think you really have to do some business with, will it reach pre-pandemic? Like, I heard what you just said. Okay.
Yeah.
So that there's a quality about it that says it won't. And
we're talking comics and cards.
Yeah. Comics and cards.
Yes.
I'm not talking NFTs or real estate or any of that, nothing else. I'm talking comics and Marvel cards, to be specific about trading cards. Will it reach pre-pandemic? And one of the reasons why I think it's a little different is because there's so many more people in the hobby now than there was pre-pandemic. Does that make sense?
Correct.
And so with it ushered in not only high prices, but it also ushered in a lot of people coming into the hobby. And, and for the most part are still coming in. I think Upper Deck has really stymied the growth of the Marvel Card Collective.
That's a cool word. Stymied?
Stymied. Like,
oh, stymied. I'm going to keep that word. Dope.
Yeah, like they stalled the growth.
I like it.
And so, like, to me, that's going to keep it from going all the way to pre-pandemic prices. I just don't see. Could you imagine $50 PMGs again?
So I'm with you. And the thing about what you're saying, the way that it speaks to me is there were no values pre-pandemic. Like in my mind, the pandemic created the values. It created the marketplace for it. There was not a market. I didn't even know about it pre-pandemic. Other things I knew about them, and I knew their prices. I didn't know about modern Marvel cards until I was at home with nothing but the internet.
Right.
So how does it go back to not being known? It can't.
If it didn't have actual quality to it as a collectible, it would go back to pre-pandemic. But the biggest issue was knowledge, not would somebody want it. Right. It was like, oh, I didn't know it existed.
Not at all. Not a clue.
And it's unique, I think. And look, I'm a bit of a apologist for Marvel cards. I get it. And, shoot me if you hate that, but I am a bit of that. And so to me, like, I can't, without something drastic happening in my life where something that's really, really important to me is not being well served, I don't see me going back to pre-pandemic Marvel card collecting. Like, for me, it's something that I really enjoy and it's with me. And I think that's true for a lot of people. And so I can see prices coming down even more. If something crazy were to happen economically beyond what's already happened, but I don't see it ever going back to pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic prices would mean that we could go buy a 90 MU sealed box for $80 somewhere.
Yeah, but it also means we could buy, a red PMG of Spider-Man for $95.
And we're not going to get to that level because there are enough people that won't let that happen. That's like saying Bitcoin could go to $1,000. No, it wouldn't, because there's people out there that would buy every single Bitcoin ever available before it went to that level. You know, and there's certain things that we have to know. We don't know anything, but no one's going to let PMGs go back to being that amount because there's too many people that will buy them before they get to that amount.
Right. Yeah, just my thoughts. Yeah, there's, I think, some more room for it to go down. I just don't think we'll ever see it go that far down.
I think you're spot on, and I think I definitely agree with you. William Hopkins about the statue says, I purchased the Dr. Doom sideshow statue with him sitting on his throne with his chalice. I think it's called the chalice, about 7 years ago at the San Diego Comic-Con. I paid $900. It has since quadrupled in price. I love that. And I've heard that about the statues. Like, you'll buy one and then they sell out and someone will offer you more than retail if they want it.
So it sounds like Sideshow does a really good job curating its sets, meaning they make something and they don't revisit it for years.
That might be true. I don't know enough to say anything, but that might be.
He said 7 years ago, they could just come out with another Doom statue. Maybe it's better than the one before, but if they're not, then if I want a Sideshow to go with my whatever.
Yeah. And a lot of us love Gem Mint Collectibles, his YouTube channel, right? And we call him Gem. I actually don't know his real name. I think it might be Steven. I don't know. Yeah. It is. Okay. But Gem, even somebody that's so immersed in statues, even he from time to time is like, man, I didn't pick that one up 11 years ago. I need to find it. It has this aftermarket that is continues to circulate.
Right.
What an incredible environment, ecosystem to live in with the statues if you have the space and the capital, right? Because if you end up with 15 statues, you're literally maybe 25 grand in that room, you know? So it's a different game, but some people can certainly play it at that level.
Yeah, I mean, there's economics to it, right? So you have a playing field for the certain income level. You have another playing field for another income level.
Yeah.
And then you have this one up here. And at some point people are like, hey, the 12-inch action, the $20 action figure doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And then the import at $100 doesn't do it for me. No, I want to play in the thousands of dollars realm, you know?
Yeah.
And it's about scale of income. It moves away from having having enjoyment to it, but more so like I can do this when other people can't. And I'm not saying that that's what Jim is doing or what Sideshow Collectibles is about, but there's definitely collectors in that realm. And I bring this up because I've actually been close to some conversations with Disney in their licensing department. So little rant on Disney. Disney is an entertainment company that sells license. Well, I don't know if you realize that.
That makes sense.
They don't make things. They sell the license of things.
Yeah.
They create the content that creates the desire, the nostalgia, and then they sell the license to the people who make the product so that the demand they create with their content creates the desire to buy the product, and they make the money from the license.
They own. Yeah.
They own it. And they do this through 2 channels. They do it through their content in terms of movies and shows, and they do it through their parks. They're all about building that fandom, right? And then selling the license of things. I say all that to say, when they sell a license, and we'll use Hasbro again. So like we talked about, this is a 6-inch scale. And so Hasbro owns the license from Disney to make Marvel action figures at a 6-inch scale. Do you know who owns the 9-inch scale?
Mattel.
Select is a company called Select that owns it. They own the 9-inch that's the 7-inch scale. I don't collect them, so I can't remember. Gotcha. But there's a license for 12-inch, and then they sell licenses at the scale of things. Example: if you were going to sell Disney jewelry, well, there's lots of different companies that sell Disney jewelry, but they sell it at the price point of the license. So are you at the $100 and below? Are you at the novelty? Are you at the $100 to $1,000? Are you at that kind of entry level of kind of higher end jewelry?
This is cool insight.
Are you at the $1,000 to $10,000? Are you at the ultra high end, hundreds of thousands to millions?
Yeah.
These are different licensings that they sell.
Yeah. Like if you're going to make a $70 wristwatch.
They lock you in at these scales. That's why you have the different scales of collectibles and price points, and why they're different companies that make them.
Mm.
That's why Hasbro doesn't make a $2,000 statue of Spider-Man. They don't own that scale. They don't have the license to do so.
That makes perfect sense, because now whoever owns the license for that lane that they're going to be working in, exclusive, and they get to focus their marketing. If you're a company that's going to be marketing your $7 figure and your $1,700, statue, well, I mean, you could, but it's better if you have a focus on your marketing, because then you're actually attacking your audience in a really real way.
Right.
I'm into it. I didn't know that. So that's really cool to learn. Like, obviously we know, companies sell licensing for their IP and stuff, but like, it's so fascinating to hear. That's such a beautiful thing to learn, that there's like these pricing tiers. Like, are you going to sell a Fossil watch, or are you going to sell a Rolex with Spidey engraved on the back of it? Different licensing.
It's scale and price point are the two main ways that I understand that they control their licensing. There's probably a lot more. I'm obviously not in that world, so.
Oh, it probably gets pretty complicated in their lawyers and stuff and contracts and everything. But yes.
Yep.
Where no more statue. Oh, William says no more statues for me. Now it's cards and books. And then Cardboard After Dark, what up? I don't know if I said hi before. Hello.
Yeah, hello, my friend.
What's up? And he said, definitely with you, Bryce. Some cards are at all-time highs right now. That's absolutely the truth. Some cards are, some comics are, and no stocks are. So there's that.
So Cardboard says, good evening. You said hello, but he said, I'm thinking a lot of Flair Ultra after the MCC podcast. And he's talking about Flair Ultra Avengers. And you're not the only one, my friend. I get a lot of DMs in my Instagram about that set. Like, it's not on the same, it's not quite where Spider-Man Metal is, but I think it has to do with the fact that set is coming out later in the year, or scheduled to come out later in the year, air quotes scheduled. But people are really excited. Flair Ultra is an excellent product. It's a premium stock. It's got some really cool stuff on it, and it has inserts that we've never seen before in a Marvel product. So I think it's going to be pretty cool.
I'm excited for you.
Oh, thank you.
I just want Spidey Metal.
Me too. Same. Let's see here. William also says, Spidey, how do you feel about the Marvel Mattel race cars, planes, and jets still in their blister packs? Do you consider these to be a viable collectible? I have no capacity to answer that question.
I don't even know what those are. That's actually an interesting question, but I do like that he accidentally wrote Spooty, but I think we should always call you Spooty, at least from time to time.
It doesn't fit.
Awesome.
It doesn't fit.
Spooty!
But
I never heard about those.
I'm sure people like them, and but I just don't know anything about them.
Mattel race cars, planes, and jets. Like, are these like die cast sort of metal small things?
I guess so. I mean, I'm sure there are Spidey fans out there that want everything with Spider-Man on it, but that would be so overwhelming. For me, I've got to have a lot of focus.
Wait. William, if you want to, when you get a chance to clarify, if you're talking about the tiny things, I love some of the ones that I have, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I have a Venom car, a Venom transporter, Carnage cars, Spidey this, Spidey that, and they're small, they're metal, and they're awesome.
Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Maybe.
Yeah, Marvel cards are a wormhole of Rainbow Hunters. It sucks you in beautifully.
It does. It does that.
Swami's just now seeing the signed X-Men cards. Oh, wow. Amazing. I'm way behind, but awesome. Okay.
Yeah. There's about a 2-hour delay on that comment, and Swami, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, that means he's going to see this 2 hours later.
That's right.
I love
Time
it.
works really interestingly. Cardboard and paper take up less space. Yeah, than statues.
Oh, I was like, then what? Yeah, yes, indeed.
Crazy.
You know what else? Raw comic books take up less space than graded comic books.
That's right. Oh, look who's in the house. Forest Moon Collectibles.
Ghost Al!
What's going on, my friend?
Hello. Very nice to see you. Man, I miss you. I haven't been on Instagram enough lately, and I feel like I've missed a lot. As soon as my Instagram's working, I'm going to be on your page to see what you've been posting, because I know you've been busy.
Sydney said 2-hour delay in the 1-hour show. Touche, my friend. You
Hey.
got it.
And
You
we're
got
gonna
it.
go on to a third hour, I'm sure.
Yeah. Randy Bowen is another great statue artist. I have close to 30 statues of Bowen and Sideshow combined, all purchased many years ago. Wow.
I've definitely heard that name.
And William says, you guys are rock stars. So informative. I really don't know what I'm talking about. Just say it confidently, but I appreciate that.
And it's worked out really well for him because he sold me on so many things. I now own a box of Marvel metal, and I don't think it's ever going to come out.
Yeah, nope. Sold you something that doesn't exist.
But William, thank you, man. Thank you. But you're always part of the conversation in such a dynamic way. So like, it's all of us. I really appreciate that.
Oh, okay. So Destructive Collectors says Marvel Superhero Island theme park at Universal versus Avengers Campus is licensing. I actually know a little bit about this. I want to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm a Disney fan.
Okay.
And there are 2 Disney parks in America. You have Disneyland in California, which is it's a land. Okay.
It's my Disneyland, that one.
It's your Disneyland. Then you have Disney World in Florida, which is where I go generally. And it's made up of multiple lands. Magic Kingdom is one of the land. Well, you have Magic Kingdom, and inside of Magic Kingdom is multiple lands. You have Hollywood Studios, which has Star Wars Land, Toy Story.
Wait 1 second. Sorry. Really slowly for me. Hollywood Studios, Universal Studios is in Disney World?
Yeah.
Universal Studios.
No, not Universal, Hollywood Studios.
Oh, that's different. Got you.
That's different than Universal.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah, I know they feel similar, Universal and Hollywood, but Hollywood is
in my head for some reason I got you though. Got you. Hollywood is not a company. Yeah.
Yeah, you have Animal Kingdom and you have Epcot. Okay.
Right, Epcot, yeah.
Epcot. So these are the lands or worlds that have lands in them. Anyways, it's just a lot bigger in Florida than it is in California. With that being said, in Florida, in Orlando, where Disney World exists, is Universal. And there may be another Universal in California. I don't know, but I know about the one in Florida.
Yeah.
But do you know what they have at Universal that's in Florida, which is a few minutes away from Disney World? They have the Hulk ride, they have the Spider-Man ride, they have the Marvel store.
Yeah.
They have this whole Marvel island that he just talked about.
Yeah.
But it belongs to Disney. Disney owns Marvel.
But they must have built that before that happened.
Here's what happened. Marvel sold off the theme park rights, and you know how they divided it? The Mississippi River. So any theme park east of the Mississippi, Universal has the right to do the theme park. Any theme park west of the Mississippi, well, now Disney owns the rights to do theme parks.
Wow.
Yep.
Like you literally meant the Mississippi.
The Mississippi River. That's how it's been described to me. That is the dividing line.
I want to talk about this because it fills me up with such happiness. And I was having these memories the other day, and I was discussing them with whomever I was talking to. In Universal Studios in Los Angeles, I don't remember what it was called, but there was the Marvel restaurant.
Ah.
And it's this amazingly magical place that I'm talking 15, 20 years ago. Who knows if it's still there? I'm definitely 13, 14 when I'm there. And it's all sorts of things from I guess movies and comic books or whatever, but like I still have you can purchase like these big, I guess they're beer glasses really, or maybe for milkshakes, I don't know. But they're printed with like Marvel characters. I still have them in the box. I still remember them. I still love them. You know, that experience of all of the Marvel characters, that was always a very Universal Studios thing. I have pictures 13, 14 years old with Spidey, like standing on, like, you know, character dressed as someone wearing the outfit, doing thwips and stuff behind me. But these are my favorite memories, and that's synonymous with Universal Studios for me. I want that nostalgia hit so bad again. So you're saying in Florida, you're saying that's all in the Disney world.
No, in Florida, they're at Universal.
Oh, in Florida, they're in Universal.
Yes.
But that would be the same.
In California, they're in Disney World. Now, if there's, I don't even know about the Universal in California or what's there. So I'm
and I haven't been there for 20 years. So,
but my understanding is west of the Mississippi, that's why they can have that there.
Very cool.
Yep. Now, I think all that's going to break loose at some point. Disney just opened up the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Epcot. So I think you're going to start seeing where there's like, cracks in the licensing. Disney is going to attack, and eventually they'll probably have all that stuff, one day. Let's see where we at here.
Jay Cal says, how many boxes of Spider-Man metal y'all getting? Well, I'm getting one, but our
He's
guy
getting
on the
one.
other side of the screen.
1 times 44.
Yeah. They're piling up. There might as well be a digital
Maybe
asset
46.
at this point.
I don't know. What's that?
Hey, you got NFTs of Spidey metal boxes. That's what you got. I'm sorry. That's funny though.
That's not funny.
Oh gosh.
Oh goodness. I want the actual thing.
LA Universal don't.
I
have
do think it would
Marvel.
be cool if
That
there
would
was like a redemption NFT card in there. I will say that.
So M's. Oh yeah, no, that'd be cool. M Switch says LA Universal doesn't have Marvel. That would be Disneyland. So 15 when I was 12, 13, 14, that story has changed completely. So if I go to Universal Studios now, I'm probably not going to be able to have a burger at the Marvel restaurant.
Right, but you can if you go to Florida.
Cool. And I actually really want to go to Disneyland and stuff. I might make that trip soon.
Please, are you gonna take your camera?
My phone?
Make some content?
Oh, this is my content. I'm creating.
Okay, I got it.
Right
I don't
here.
need to push it. All right, I get it. I'm fortunate to have this. How do you guys feel about Marvel movie posters and autographs, of course? The poster scene seems pretty like brutal. Like
Is
what
it?
I've heard, like not in like mean people. I just mean like it's hard to get stuff.
Tough to get, like the actual theater ones that are double, with the light supposed to shine through them. Those are difficult to track down.
Right. Or
Yeah.
releases, like like new release stuff too. But you just said something that I think you thought I was supposed to know.
What?
Describe that again, like the actual movie poster. Do that description again.
So the movie theater posters, basically, if you're looking at the front of it, it's what we're supposed to see, and if you're looking at the back of it, you're basically just seeing reverse because it's somewhat translucent because they're framed in those big cages with light shining through them. So
I would move everything on my wall here if I could have like a couple of those back here.
you can have that. So the difference between that and a regular poster is white on the back.
No, I mean with the frame and the lights.
Dude, yeah, I'm saying that would be sick. That would be sick.
That would be
I mean,
cool.
I know people that have put like popcorn machines in their home theaters and they've got these things on walls, but I don't remember what ones they have and stuff. But those are dope, though. They really are.
Pack says hobby needs Spidey metal. It's the catalyst to bring even more eyes to the hobby.
Yeah.
I keep calling it the lifeblood. Like we're on the drip right now. Like we need an injection.
That sweatshirt you're wearing, that's the drip, my friend. That's the drip.
I love it, dude.
That's a good one, man.
I ain't even hot. This is so cool.
Hey, I like it. Wordplay for days. When Star Wars theme park came out, people would take everything that wasn't nailed down to what or sell it to. But I don't know. I don't want to say that because I don't know what that means. But
no, I don't think that's what he means.
But I can agree with. I can see that.
Sell it on eBay.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Those things are dope, man. Those things are
to keep or sell.
Like end aisle store displays. I love that kind of stuff. Those are cool things to me.
Not easy to get.
Right.
David says, "What's up, guys? Subdued here. How's it going? Subby dude. Is that right? Subby dude.
Subi must be a Submariner fan. Is that what we're talking about?
Dude. I mean, that makes sense.
That's got to be a Submariner fan. That's what's up.
Maybe he subs a lot of like comic books or something.
Maybe.
Oh, he's in Discord. So by the way, I mentioned this before on the channel. Swami, Dan, they're on a really cool Discord channel, Marvel Card channel. Check it out. And when Star Wars, okay, this is what you just read. Okay, I got that. I got it. M Switch says hit him up when you're in LA.
I will, my man. I will. Definitely.
Okay, so Doomcar says, exciting to finally see some new Marvel card original art from Flair Ultra Avengers. the Bianchi Venom card has to look awesome.
I want to know
So
what that means. Is Bianchi an artist?
Oh yeah, so Bianchi's a fantastic artist. He did the 20. He was the artist, not main artist. He was the artist for 2018 Marvel Masterpieces. He's highly respected in the community.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
man.
I know his work. I know his work for sure.
Yeah, he does great work. Yeah, he really does. But I didn't know he. How do you know he did the Venom? That's what I want to know. Did they announce that? Did I miss that?
Because he definitely said it like he said the Bianchi Venom is going to be amazing. Like he said it like he knew.
It was said on the podcast. Okay.
Okay.
I must have missed that. That is awesome. Wow. Very cool. Yeah, there are going to be quite a few artists. The only art I've seen other than the sell sheet is what Tom Fleming has been putting out. He's been selling the original art. He only did one for the set. Oh, wow. And they gave him Venom.
Dude.
That's going to be cool. I'm going to look up the 2018 Marvel Masterpiece Venom so you can see it.
Okay, great. William says, yes, William, when you say yes, 9.0, the Mattel Matchbox size race cars, planes, jets, helicopters, etc., you are absolutely talking about what yeah, that's the stuff. Awesome. I have those. That's awesome. I love them. I don't know how collectible they are, but now I want to go on eBay and buy the sealed versions. So I think we're going to turn them into collectibles now, because if they're inexpensive, I might buy a couple of sealed packages, and then there probably won't be any on eBay again. There can't be that many of them.
All right, so that is the Venom he did for 2018 Marvel Masterpieces.
Yeah.
It's a great pose.
That's a very zombie twisted Venom face. It's very
He does
scary.
show a lot of gums, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I love the hands. I love the coloring. I love the texture to the color. Like he's good. He's really good.
I wonder if the original art is easily found. Let me see.
Oh, Davion has a question you're going to really enjoy answering.
I do not see the original art, so I have to look for that. All right. What is that question?
It says, will the Spidey metal box have PMGs, sketch cards, and all the villains inside?
So here's how I understand the construction or the structure of the box to work. You're going to get a numbered card in every box. So one of 12 packs is going to these are hobby boxes, not the retail boxes. Okay. You're going to get a number card. That number card will either be a 1 of 1, a green PMG numbered to 10, a red PMG numbered 11 to 100. So PMGs are basically 1 through 100. The first 10 are green, the last 90 are red. You'll get either a turquoise out of 25, or an orange out of 50, or a pink out of 75, number to 75, in every box. One of those. You'll also get 2 grandiose parallel cards, 3 gold parallels, neither of which are numbered, but are really cool fooling. You will get an insert to go along with, well, let me say this. You're going to get high series cards, which should be 3 out of every 2 packs. There'll be 3 high series cards, which are of the base set numbered 101 to 200. That'll be 3 cards of every 2 packs. And then you're going to get an insert. That insert can be a sketch card, can be a platinum portrait, can be Planet Metal. It can be a shadow box card called a skyscraper. It can be one of the Z-Force Rave cards, which will be numbered to 62, 25, and 1, and 100. Sorry, 100, 62, 25, and 1 of the Z-Force cards. And you can get a Daily Bugle booklet or a comic cut. I believe I covered everything. That'll be one of the inserts. So yes, to answer your question, technically you can get a box, and that box will have a PMG and a sketch in it. And yes, it will be villains. It won't be all villains. Now, oh, I forgot one of the inserts. You're going to have an insert called it's a villains insert. It's plexi and the rogues gallery insert. So that is a villains only insert. That is also one of the inserts that can come in the box. So I think there's a lot of value in the box. That's just been me personally, to think about what you're going to get. But yes, it is possible to get that, but it won't be all villains in one box, if that's what you meant.
No, not all villains. He just wanted to make sure that all of the villains would be present. I think yeah.
They my understanding is they went out of their way to make sure that the villains were a part of this set. And if you go back and look at the X-Men Metal set, which included 100 base cards of characters, they did a really nice job of mixing the heroes and the villains. So there we go. 2018 cards were printed dark. I bet the original art looks better. That's why I was looking for it, so that we could get some of the some of the detail that's kind of dark. It's too dark in the card. That was a printing issue. Some people talk about 2018.
Sydney, I want to say something, and you can correct me. Justin, you as well. Let me know. Here's proof that I was in that live, because you guys are opening the Spider-Man box, and Vikings, was it? No, Vintage Lord.
Yeah.
Vintage Lord was in there making reference to the fact that I have the international version of the box. I was chatting in there, guys. You know I was there.
I know you were there, but you didn't stay long enough to see.
Yeah, all right, you're right. We already did this.
Okay, right. That's what he's talking about.
I just brought attention back to that fact. That's where I lost. Oh.
DO6 is with you. Marvel app from Topps has some amazing digital cards. Only wish it would let you transfer to physical cards.
Yeah, man, I'm with you.
Goes back to licensing.
Right. And somebody above said that those are strictly digital. So it is what it is. They just live on our phone. That's fine.
But they can't, because of license, they can't be physical because Topps owns the digital license.
Digital, and Upper Deck owns physical.
Upper Deck owns physical cards, and Panini owns stickers.
Oh, wow. I like that. Panini's still owning stickers and stuff. They're the OGs in the sticker world.
And that's right. So if you go to Walmart or GameStop and you see a box of Panini Marvel, know that all you're going to get stickers.
That's cool, though.
Because they own the license. And Sydney, if I didn't say Platinum Portrait, somebody slapped me. I'm pretty sure I did, though.
You might have, but yeah, those are definitely a very significant part of that set.
Yes.
For sure. Which guys, I still haven't seen one that I thought looked good. Like, I'm just hyped because you guys are hyped, but I look at it, I'm like, that's kind of boring to me. But I haven't seen one in person, and I haven't seen all of them.
That's the problem.
That's the problem with a lot of these for me, is I haven't seen them in person. Here, let me tell you what else I've never seen in person. A PMG.
You've never seen a PMG in person?
No.
All right, so I'm at HeroCon in North Carolina.
Yeah.
With some Marvel people.
Yeah.
And one of these people go, oh my gosh, I've been hating on PMGs for the last year. I've never seen one in person.
Wow. And did he change his mind after he saw it?
These are much more important than I realized.
See, I need that moment, because when I talk about PMGs, I'm really like, I dig it. I dig the excitement, but they don't appeal to me like that. I haven't seen one. The only one that appeals to me is that Bagley Venom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. The Bagley Venom, which I sold the red raw for $2,000 earlier this year.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Dang
well,
it. Hey,
no, actually, okay, so here's the story. I paid $500 on Macari for it.
Okay. Oh, all right. Macari, interesting place to buy. Yeah.
Very fortunate to have gotten it. At the time, that was like the best price available, but it was one of the higher sales.
Okay.
Okay. So you know what I mean? Like, the other sales have been at 500, but everything that was available was over 500. So I was paying top prices at a sold, but
you couldn't have got it for less.
I couldn't have gotten it for less.
Right.
So at that point, I'm holding the card for a little while, and The full red PMG set sold on Golden for $202,000.
Was that our friend that
I
did that?
Huh?
Amazing Spider Guy?
Mhm. Yeah, he did good. And at that point in time, I went crud bucket. So this means I needed like 20 more cards to finish the 50. And there were some big names in there. Hulk, Captain America, Wolverine were some of the ones I didn't own yet.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm just not going to get there because even if I do get there, I've got to grade 50 cards and they're all going to hit me for $300 a card. There's a substantial amount of risk at $15,000 in grading fees that it just was too much for me personally to digest.
That was
I
good
was like,
calculating.
I was like, the truth is I just want to keep the Spidey. I would only build this set to sell it. And guess what? I lose then. I lose the Spidey, right? And so I was like, I'm going to start putting some of these up for sale. So I put up the Venom and I decided I'm going to do a 10-day auction. Okay.
Sydney, good night. Good night, Sydney. Sleep well. Have a great evening. We'll see you next week.
Good night, East Coast. That's what we're losing right now. East Coast.
Okay. It's okay.
So I put the Venom up for sale on a 10-day auction. I was like, I'm just going to let it ride, let it happen. You know, I didn't. And I was like, I'm going to let it end on a Sunday night because I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, ideally.
Do you know what Sunday night that was?
Oh, gosh. What Sunday night was it?
Two things happened. Number one, someone else posted a red Venom to end an hour before mine.
That's terrible.
And it was Super Bowl Sunday.
Guys, what were both of you doing?
All right. So as someone who doesn't sell a lot on eBay, you're not going to see me as, hey, he sold 100 or 1,000 things. That's like I've sold 12 things, maybe. Probably not even that. Here's what you need to do. You actually
someone already knew about it. Sorry.
Huh?
So Bowman says those 2 Super Bowl sales were way low before you even said it.
To your point, I ended up being very fortunate to get the 2,000 or whatever. And maybe it was 1,800, but right at that number. I think it was 2,000. And so with that being said, like, look at the calendar and like take a moment to go, what's going on in the world?
Yeah.
Is there a golden auction ending? And is there some major event going on, like the Super Bowl that captures everybody's attention?
Yeah.
So I learned a tough lesson. And you know what? I wouldn't do auction again. If I could go back, I would just do fixed price and let somebody make me an offer.
That's the way I like doing it too. I mean, I just have fun with it. Sometimes I do an auction, sometimes I don't. Well, I don't even.
If I have to have money and like it's like whatever I get, like then maybe do an auction. But otherwise, and I'm going to do a fixed price from now on.
So you're not going to do 30-second whatnots with your precious PMGs?
No, not planning on it. I never say never in this world. But
I know. I'm just teasing. I just saw an opportunity to take a little jab at whatnot. I had to take mine.
Oh man, there's some stuff selling cheap. I was listening to some of your friends, Reggie Theo. Is that right?
Rage Theo.
Rage Theo.
Rage.
I think he was commenting like, "Hey, I'm selling below market on whatnot."
He does some. I mean, sometimes people get deals, and the thing about Rage is like super charismatic. Like when you're in one of his whatnots, you're just like, I'm hanging out with my guy, man.
If I buy a whatnot, I'm buying the good time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and every now and then something will go for like absurdly low, and he's like, all right, can we blast this now? Because everyone wants to talk about the overpays. What about this? Can everyone talk about what just happened?
Yep,
and so
that's
it
true.
happens. Yeah. Rage is the man, though. Rage is, I think he's on Whatnot a couple of days a week, but I know he's definitely part of Whatnot Wednesdays. He and his gang is like Nerdy Girl, Skeleton Key, maybe Comic Tom, or I think so.
He's a Whatnot Wednesday guy.
He's a Whatnot
I haven't been
Wednesday
on it,
guy.
but I've heard about it. Palava, how do you say this?
Where are we at?
You see it on the screen?
Oh, sorry. Did you hear about Vivi? Oh, Pavel? I want to say Pavel. I want to, but I might be wrong.
He's scaring me, like with his logo, his icon is looking at me like, don't get my name wrong.
Man, if we get this name wrong, man, that person in that logo has a set of a secret set of skills or what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like he could easily find out my like username and password and like log in and destroy my YouTube channel.
Yeah, why are you looking into my soul like that, Pavel? Stop.
So, did you hear about Vivi? We've been talking about it earlier, and here's what he said. Marvel and Vivi have partnered up for Comic-Con Let's Go bets Marvel Comics already did Marvel Comics already did a 300X. Okay, so I think he's talking about the maybe some of the books that are going to be released.
He is.
Particularly
He's talking. Yeah, he's talking about what Marvelous Pax was talking about, but I think our friend is just joining us now, and so there's some overlap in that. But yes, and we don't know anything about it. So for you and I, it's great to hear it because I didn't know anything was happening.
Look,
So
if they're dropping an AF-15, like I am going to make some attempt to be on.
They did
TV.
that already. The AF-15 digital drop was like, wasn't that already, or was that Amazing Spider-Man 1?
I think it was 1. I hope I haven't missed 15.
Might have been 1. I could be wrong. I don't have any VV, and I should. I just don't.
I would give them some of my time and $20 to see, which one I could get for a digital copy of that.
Yeah.
DO6 says store in Burbank has some PMG Hulk for over $1,200. That's where I got my 2017 bronze Wolverine PMG. I actually think that bronze PMG Hulk was there when I was there back in when I go to California. That was before the show. We're at week 12, by the way.
So that was 3 months ago that you were in California, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Week 12. Week 12.
This is episode 12, my friend.
This is not 12 days in a row. That's 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
That's a quarter of a year. You have been with me as I have aged, my friend.
You've aged well.
This is all right. Sure. I like week 12.
Yep. You mentioned Bowman's 2 Super Bowl sales. Others compared to so here's why I chose Venom. The other sales leading up to those 2 were over 4,000 each. There was 3 of them, not 1, not 2, 3 sales, and I went, okay, let me put it up.
It is what it is. It was Super Bowl Sunday. Things were happening.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna ship it. Like I wasn't anything about it. I was more about the fact that I had it ending during the Super Bowl.
People don't realize that selling cards is tricky. It is. It's a market. It's an ever-moving market. Mm-hmm. There is complexity there, and there is some good thought that has to go into it, and there has to be some design into your collecting and what you're doing with it. And I agree with that. You're right.
Yeah, and I would say only until recently did I actually go after something that I was intending to sell to do something else. Mm-hmm. And we'll see how that works out.
That's your jambalaya set.
My jambalayas, and then there's 2 other sets I haven't revealed. For various reasons, but they're not PMGs. I'll go ahead and tell you that. So
this is my PMG. Sorry, one more time.
I love it, man. Yay! Could you imagine that as a PMG?
Huh?
Could you imagine that image as a PMG?
I would actually want a different image as a PMG.
Which image would you want?
If they would give me, that's a good question. It's not going to be the Torment Spidey because they already did the homage with the with Spider-Gwen. But
why not?
Dude,
that doesn't stop them.
That would be dope. What would be the coolest PMG Spidey image? I mean, that one would kick butt in a big way.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a few. I don't know, man.
301, huh?
Wait. Yeah, 301. I mean, that's the color suit on the 300 Spidey.
That's right.
Yeah, I would be down with that.
Oh my gosh.
I've never even held a PMG. I've never even seen one. Eventually I'll get one. I don't know.
I mean, the fact that they have the ability to do that, and they would literally they're printing money anyways. But if they put that if they put a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man like AMS 300 or 301, and I could get that in a numbered foiled with how the light shimmers in it. Yeah. Show yours again. Like
which
Todd does a great job.
I love that image. I love Todd. I love this card though. I think this card is so cool. I think this card is super cool. How many more of these are going to happen? How many? This is like obviously not a rare card.
Oh yeah, Marvel Ages, they do that. It's not every year, but it's really often.
No, what I mean is this is from 2020.
Yep.
And this is a pop one currently as a PSA 10. How many more of these are going to 10 in the next couple of years, do you think?
Well, the problem is that card raw is not expensive.
Right.
And Marvel cards that are currently being graded are cards that are viewed as having value raw.
So
Does that
no
make
one's going to
sense?
grade these then because they're inexpensive?
I just don't think they've gotten to it yet.
And when they do, the population is going to
It has a
pile up.
chance of pop going up. Yes.
So I got to sell mine for 25,000 now while it's
It's
popping up.
not selling it for that.
What do you mean?
If you do, somebody could cry Legion Beyond Moite.
Huh? Oh,
No, I'm
yeah. I was
kidding.
like, wait.
No, you charge double. No, I'm kidding. There's a wrong use of that law. But so Kess Travers says, Spidey, your feelings on SGC graded cards, Marvel versus BGS graded cards. So I'm gonna come at this a couple of different ways. Okay. Number one, there's a lot around grading and why people choose different companies. But just if you're asking me from a value standpoint, the highest Marvel card sales on record, like public auction type situation, are both BGS graded cards, not PSA. It's the blue BGS 9 2013 Spider-Man sold for 132,000. And I can't remember the other one. The green Spider-Man sold for 168,000.
As a BGS 9?
BGS 9. I can confirm a raw sale that became a PSA 9 of a green Spider-Man sold for 255,000, but it wasn't auctioned. It was a privately negotiated deal. So I'm not calling it a public transaction. The highest SGC Marvel card sale that I'm aware of an individual trading card is this red Spider-Man that I bought for 20,000 roughly. And so, and it's an SGC 8.5. It's not a 9 or 9.5. But so from a value standpoint, it feels like BGS still has more draw from a value standpoint. And I would let you know that I just had a terrible experience grading with BGS. I haven't put out the video yet. And there's a lot of it that was terrible that's not going to be on the video because I'm still working that out with BGS at the moment. But it was not a great experience. And I lost probably an extraordinary amount of money, in terms of cards, like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 probably in value because of how they treated the cards and the way they graded them.
I think that deserves its own video for sure.
Yeah, and the video that you're going to get is going to be one that just talks about the cards without getting into all the negative, because I just don't like creating negative videos that much.
Wait, what's the negative? You're talking about like what the
you're going to see the grades. You're not going to hear me whine about it the whole time.
Oh, no, yeah. But what I think is really important, or I think is compelling content, is to talk about the fact that you might be 40% down in the value in.
Oh yeah, and I'm happy to do that. Like I'm doing that here with you guys.
Yeah.
It's not in that video because as you guys know, I purpose to not talk too much about value on my channel. I don't want to be that channel. That's for somebody else.
Yeah.
But just know that I did a spreadsheet of what I thought the cards were, what I thought they were going to be graded at, so to speak, and what those values would be. And I had to completely adjust all that because of, and you saw the PSA submission. You saw the 9s, you saw the 10s.
You were doing really well in the PSA submission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from the same collector, same owner, same batch of cards. I just decided that I had a much better cost point with BGS than I did with PSA. We're talking like a third cost.
Okay.
And that's why I chose to send the 100+ cards there that I did, rather than sending, well over 100 cards to PSA at $50 plus the upcharge. And I'm going to pay for it. Like,
it's going to be a great video though.
Yeah. So anyway, that's not going to be the first video you see. I have to I like to make fun videos. So
yeah,
not sure.
Well, that's going to be a compelling one. I'm sorry that it went the way it did, but we're going to make the best out of it.
Oh yeah. I'm with you.
And I just realized that when you brought up 301, it was Bowman that said 301. I see that comment now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I said 301. He mentioned it too, but I did that on purpose because of the red and blue Spidey suit.
Got you.
So the symbiote. Let's see.
Oh, Bryce is going to bed. Good night, Bryce.
Good night, Bryce.
See you next time.
Yep. Spider-Man 1 would be epic. That's the one you were talking about with the torment.
Yeah, the crouching on the
Crouching
web's picture. It's one of my favorite pictures.
So
There's
I
so
actually
many.
actually toyed with that being our thumbnail for just a moment, and I was like, nah, it's too big of an image to put on a narrow rectangular.
One day we'll get some representation of it up there.
Yeah, I'll figure out a way to do it.
Remember when I said that I was waiting for the Raws? I can't believe I'm about to grab this. It's not even in.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm gonna respond to Terry Floyd. He says, I think a Scotty Young PMG would be cool. I don't have it here with me.
It would be cool.
But I have what looks like a Spider-Man sketch card that's in the same vein as Scotty Young.
Like Young and yeah.
Yeah.
Last week I said that there's a Web of Spider-Man Annual 2 that I've never seen in a 9.8 newsstand, and I got some Raws coming in. I shouldn't be handling it right now. This was the cleaner of the 2 Raws, but I just wanted to show this cover. I love this cover.
That is awesome. So why is he being spotlighted like that?
I don't know. And why is the spotlight him? Like, how come it's the Spidey signal spotlighting the Spidey? I really don't know.
It's a symbiote Spidey too.
It is. So it's so cool. And I'm going to give this one a press and clean. It has a shot, but I think my hunt continues. This is the cleaner of the 2, but they're super inexpensive. But beautiful book, though. Like, what a cool cover. Love that thing.
That is awesome. Bowman says, I need a Venom PMG in my life with the images from the AMS 316.
Yeah, please. Yes. Yes.
I don't know that I can handle it.
Spidey doesn't like what's happening to Venom on that thing.
I don't like what's happening to Spidey. Yeah. It's an amazing Venom, though. It's not fair to Spidey. He's been totally mistreated in that cover.
Dude, give me a Venom PMG and just make it the one Venom face from 315. That really evil grin, just put that grin on there and let me. You know what I did? Never mind. I'm not gonna tell no one yet.
But anyway, wouldn't you also like the cameo Venom?
Dude, I was actually gonna have that book on display. I'll bring something.
All right, I'm gonna show it just to make sure we all know what we're talking about. It has been the thumbnail of the Marvel show.
Oh, you don't have to show it. I'm showing it.
Oh, sweet. Let me make you big. I'm gonna make you big. Oh, you got a beautiful copy. Hey, I've been looking. I literally had this book saved on eBay for like a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the only one I've ever seen signed in blue.
And I haven't seen a 9.8 on eBay.
There's one up there right now signed in red. I think it's 1,200 or best offer.
Can you show it again?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I'm sorry. What my brain's doing here is like, Todd drew this as a bit of a throwaway character just to get the symbiote off of Spidey.
Yep.
But look how awesome it is.
It's the best. I mean, look at this is one of the best Venoms ever. Look at that face. Look at that evil grin. Look at the simplicity, the size like this. And look how great it looks that they put it on this remastered thing, right? This is Venom #1 from 2017, the McFarlane sketch cover, remastered, whatever. But this is the actual image from the last page of Amazing Spider-Man 299, which is the cameo of Venom. This is the first time anyone ever sees him. And then obviously 300 is, the full story and stuff.
I love it, man. That would be amazing. I don't know which one. I think I would rather have 316 more if they do the image correctly. But
yeah,
I would be happy with either one of them.
There's a lot of dust on this, and I don't know what to do with it.
Let's see. Oh, I missed some comments here. I thought PSA took the cake. I was wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah. I mean, I think every grading company gets things wrong. It was my turn. That's for sure. Marvel collectors love and aesthetics, and unless you have a Spidey card, BGS or SGC looks amazing with our art. I will say my red PMG looks amazing in the SGC tuxedo slab. The black border looks great.
Yeah. Sin City, what's up?
You're welcome, Chris.
Oh, I missed hecka comments, bro. Whoa.
Well, so all right. I'm gonna tell you one story about the BGS stuff. Okay. PSA does not grade sketch cards. All right.
Okay.
BGS grades them, and they basically don't consider anything that might be a flaw due to the sketch. I mean, the artist is manhandling the card and like scribbling and drawing and pressing and doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
So a tremendous amount of sketch cards are just 9.5s. They're just 9.5s. So I chose.
What are they grading though then?
Huh?
What are they grading if they're not grading wear on the card?
Authenticity of the card, but I mean, you can't. There's no such thing as a BGS 9.5 sketch card.
Right.
You can't grade the surface.
Right.
You just can't.
No.
So 10 surface, right?
Okay.
10 centering. There's no centering of a sketch card because it's covered in a sketch for the most part. All right. And so then you're looking at edges and corners, maybe. And I don't know how they look at those, but I'm just telling you it's like routine 9.5 for sketch cards. Not my grader.
Oh my God.
I got a 6. I got a BGS 6. And let me tell you, one of the cards was my Michael Jordan homage to the rookie card that Ash Gonzalez did. He deliberately drew it off center. Like the image he was looking at to create the card was off centered. So he drew the card off centered.
Yeah.
They hit me for centering because of it.
How could you get hit for centering for something an artist drew? He obviously drew it how he intended to draw it. Do you have an appeals process with something like this?
I'm really upset. I'm trying not to think about it too much, but
if you need me to go to war.
Yeah. Oh, Marvel Beckett Registry is already locked and loaded for me. So
all right.
I just got to process how I'm going to handle it all. So I'm still waiting on the response. We'll go to there.
We'll take your time with it. Turn these little stories into little bits of content because I think they're compelling.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Where are we here? Well, what's our timer at? We're at 2:31. We're
2:31.
We've gone a little past our 1 hour.
We'll get through these comments, and there'll be more comments. We'll figure it out.
I'm here. I'm here. I love it.
Hey,
Terry,
I may grade with SGC one day. We'll see. And if I do, I'll definitely talk about it. Like I'm talking about my current situation.
Swami, okay, so yeah, CGC will add prestige to the card. Not hard to add it either. They make it easy.
Oh, you're way down here.
Where are we?
I'm gonna have to catch up with. Let me catch up with you, okay? So Swish Rip says I'm stockpiling and waiting on SCSG. Until then, I can't wait. I get a PSA, but Beckett looks best. So I think he's saying he can't.
It's the sports card division. Yeah.
CGC. It's their sports grading side of it.
Yeah.
Hey Spidey, could you not crack the BGS and resub to PSA? I can, but time and money. Like the cards that I sent to BGS, most of them outside of the Spideys were intended to sell. I sent a full Royal Foil set to them. And anyways, let's just say that a lot of the cards I sent to BGS were like as good, if not better condition than some of the PSA cards. And they got the grades that they got, whatever. But I really think that what happened, and I'll say this here, I was promised a certain turn time on the cards.
Oh.
And I mean like a really fast turn time. That didn't happen. And then it didn't happen again. Then it didn't happen again. Then it didn't happen again. I'm not exaggerating. So now we're like 4 or 5 times the original promised turn time. And I think they took those cards over to someone who didn't know what they were doing with Marvel cards. And they just got destroyed. That's what I think happened. I don't know, but nothing else makes sense.
Man, that sounds like a reasonable speculation. Whatever it's called. Theory.
Yeah. So
wow.
Tough pill to swallow. What is the pre-order retail price for Spider-Man Metal? There's not a retail price for hobby boxes. That's a myth. That doesn't exist. But the current pre-order price is like $590, $599. And I think it might see a dip before the actual release. And then if there's actual product still available afterwards, it may dip afterwards. Yes, CGC will add prestige to the card. not hard to add it. It either makes it easy. That's the comment you were trying to understand, right?
Yeah.
Not hard to add. Oh, he's talking about these. I think he's talking about these.
Oh,
he's
yeah, because Swami's hecka behind. I forgot.
Swami, when you catch up to the future, we figured out what you were talking about.
What's up? That's so funny. That's so funny. I'm like actually noticing the fact that Keith is not in here. Like, we notice who's here, but like I can feel the fact that Keith isn't. And the reason I feel it is because there were a few messages from Keith that on last week's live, I actually didn't realize were from him until I watched the playback, because I'm oftentimes I'm just running my mouth, not looking at what you've got as a banner on the screen. And so I just wanted to let him know. But we've since connected on Instagram. We chat all the time anyway. But I just realized I haven't seen him tonight.
So Swish Rips is meaning CGC when he's a sports car guy. So he says CSG. And I'll tell you, I saw a CSG slab the other day. Two things real quick. I was actually really impressed with it. Number one. Number two, did you see that? I can't remember I want to give the Instagram channel Gym Rate. I think it's Gym Rate is the name of the Instagram channel.
Okay.
They keep up with how cards are being graded, like all the statistics around graded cards from all the different companies. And every grading company outside of PSA, which stayed the same, I think is what it was. I want to get this right. Hold on. I actually think I took a screenshot. But CSG was one of the companies that actually increased in the amount of cards that they were grading.
Oh.
And I know I took a screenshot of this because I wanted to talk about it on the channel. Boom.
I'm looking at a CSG slab right now, and I like it. That's all I got to say about it.
That's all you got to say. So look at the screen. So PSA in June graded 887,000 cards. Let that sink in. That was a 0% change. So they're doing what they're doing.
As much as they can.
And really, you can't react to that because they have such a backlog that they're just doing what they're doing. So it doesn't really speak to whether or not they're getting more cards. Make sense?
Right. Yes, indeed.
But look at CCG, the Certified Collectibles Group, which is CSG.
12% increase, 176,000 cards. That's a 12% increase.
Look at SGC, 100,000 cards.
5% increase, 100,000 cards.
Look at Beckett.
Down. So that
whole company's falling apart, man.
Well, that really speaks to what you just got done telling us, man. Like the proof is in the pudding, and there it is right there. Not only can they not handle what they're doing, they're actually doing worse than before, and the rush is not making anything better.
And they're grading less than CSG and CGC.
This is bad for them. They're like what I'm seeing right now. That chart right there. If that image circulates, that's almost going to become brand perception. And Beckett used to be second on the brand perception list, but according to that chart, they could end up being fourth if they keep this up.
And I would imagine, I don't want to hit too hard because I'm not a big grader. Like I'm not a massive grader who does a bunch of stuff and has a lot of experience. That's for other people. I just didn't have a great experience. Let me just say that.
You know what? I think the experiences that we have, the people that aren't massive graders, mean more. Because when we're sending 10 cards to get graded, and you send way more than that, but as an example, they all mean something to us. We're not sending 10,000 cards and then they're all for sale and we don't care where they end up.
Right.
Our opinion, our emotions are actual emotions, and the other ones are spreadsheets. It's not the same thing. Marvelous Pack says it's Keith's birthday. Happy birthday, Keith! Is
it really? Yes. I knew it was Keith's birthday because he sent me something earlier. And
cool.
Would love Keith, and I'm missing him too. I wish he was here.
He's here in spirit, man. This channel
he's probably definitely celebrating, so that's good.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
I do. Really showed up.
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah.
And you notice his logo is Venom now.
No, I didn't notice. It's always been that.
Has it?
I don't know his logo as a different logo. I always know that one.
I think there was a time in the very beginning where it wasn't.
Terry's running with the T. Terry's running with the T.
Terry says Venom is funny to me. The one that you showed earlier. It just says, "I'm gonna get you." Totally. Yeah. Look, everybody makes mistakes, but those are really painful. Oh, you're good, Swish. I'm way behind. I was commenting on something I was watching. Ha. Okay. Yeah. So it's so funny.
I love it.
The rate of return, the rate of investment, or return on investment, sorry, it's getting late, were equal amongst all companies as buyers and sellers. Which would you choose? So he's asking, I think, aesthetically, what would you rather have your slab, your car? What car would you rather have your, what slab would you rather have your card in? I'm going to go to bed soon.
Oh, I was like, what company's that?
Yeah, sorry. Realize my brain's failing me.
So we haven't seen what comic book cards are going to look like from CGC yet. So we can't talk about that because I don't think they're going to put the Marvel cards in the CSG cases because those look too sport-like. Oh, I want to see an example. But I like PSA slabs. I think that homemade label at the top is charming.
I'm a fan.
You know, what's that? Whoa, let that focus. Let's let that focus. So what is this? What is this mock-up? Tell me something about this.
All right, so that's the gold 1/1 Spider-Man PMG.
Indeed it is.
Mocked up into a CGC slab.
Okay.
I dig it.
I dig some parts of it. I don't like how big it says 2017 Fleer Ultra
Well,
Spider-Man.
that's because that's my font. I had to cover up the other words underneath it.
Oh, okay.
I made the mock-up, my friend. Don't hate the
No, okay, no. Here's why I love it. Because it looks like the comic book ones.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's the thing. So wait, so how is it any different than what they put the Pokemon stuff in? Let me look at the Pokemon ones. Hold on.
Yeah, so I took a Pokemon card and then like edited my card in it and then typed my card's name on the top of it.
All right. Well, nice job.
I think it's great. I think if CGC ever makes Marvel cards, they're going to look back at this and go, this was our inspiration from Spidey.
I mean, that's what they're going to do. Why would they do anything different than have their comic book cards look like the comic book cases? Why would they do anything different? It would be
I'm like foolish. So digging it. I'm listening to you, but I just can't stop looking at it.
No, I get it. I get it. But don't you think there's no other option?
Oh man, I love it. So like I'm like thinking, what if this happened? Ooh, let's see if I can make this work, guys. Give me just a second.
What the heck CGC case is this I'm looking at? That looks dumb. That's not what I was remembering. What's that? It's cool, man. It's cool. Dude, this is like my first time actually looking at. Hold on. Now I'm getting critical. I just looked up some. I'm on eBay. Okay, and this is some Pikachu.
You're looking at Pokemon CGC graded cards.
Dude, that looks terrible. Mm-hmm. The label looks horrible. That doesn't look like the comic book label.
Let's see. Well, I mean, it's Pokemon, so let's take a look at it. So I need to get to eBay to see what you're seeing. So
I don't. Who cares? It's going to be, I'm going to like it, whatever they do. Who cares?
Wait, is it called CGC? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pull one up for everyone to see. Let me find an actually decent image. Come on, people, learn how to scan your cards.
I actually don't like how the words are a centered area, but they're not centered on the card. I think they should be left aligned or right aligned. I think they should be biased to one side where they're aligned with an edge rather than being just floating in the center as if it's actually in the center. It's not in the center. You have centered text on the right side of a label. That doesn't make any sense.
How is it on the comic book?
Completely different. I don't know.
It's true center on the comic book.
Yeah, right? It's actually centered. It's actually in the center. So it makes sense that it would be a centered stack.
So you want right font? Like right index font?
I think it would actually be cool to have it aligned with the edge opposite the grade.
Yeah, that's what
I think that would be sick.
Would you prefer smaller font and then like having the ability to do like 2 different rows? Like if you're thinking of like this being built in Excel, like a row on this side that might say, here's what set it's from and year it's from, and here's what card it is on the other side.
Yeah, actually, now that I'm looking at a PSA slab, I basically want them to copy that and just have it on one side of the grade.
You know what the problem is there, right?
No.
You have to get, if you want that, which is fine, you have to give up the same type of grade emblem that is on your comic book.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Like it would have to all start on the side of the grade box. Like the side of the grade box would have to be treated, and that's not very much space. It's not very much space to work in at all.
It's a lot less space. It's actually a lot less real estate than a PSA slab.
Just have someone call me. I'll help them out. My consulting fee is reasonable. We'll work it out.
I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah, I am too. But if it's going to be this, it's going to be a little lackluster for me.
What do you think about the 10 being like not?
I hate it. Dark? I hate it. I hate that 9.9s are gold on the comic book. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. You can't see it from a distance.
So they're doing the same thing here that they do as a 9.9 on a comic book.
Yeah, but maybe it's a little different on a card. Like maybe that's a bit okay. But a comic book is massive. And when you make the 9.9 gold on a white square from a distance, you cannot see it. It's dumb. It should be black. The fact that it's a 9.9 is what matters, not what color you write the 9 in.
Right.
It's a horrible mistake, a horrible oversight.
So we've got a couple of comments here. OBD, this is small, but if SGC makes their label wider and bigger to line up the edges with the standard card size, the look would be almost perfect. I haven't studied the slab well enough to understand that, but I like that he's thinking through that type of aesthetics. I like when things line up. Like if you were to come to my house that I built, it's all straight lines and everything as much as I can make it lines up visually. Like your brain doesn't like try to figure out where is it supposed to look.
Right.
Swish Rips, me, I would still want a new black label with the gold and the hologram. Any card, no matter the color, would look nice. So I think he's describing it sounds like the BGS Pristine 10.
Let me read that again. Me, I would still want new black label with the gold and the hologram. Any card, no matter the color, will look nice. Yeah. A new black label. That'd be dope. What I like about what CGC has is I like their case.
Yeah. Now I will tell you that, I'm curious how that's going to feel in hand, like the quality of it.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing BGS does have is, man, when you hold a BGS slab, you're holding a BGS slab.
Yeah, their slabs look like plaques, like little trophy plaques.
You hold a PSA slab, it feels a little. It has a nice feel to it. They stack really fun, but it can be a lot thinner and not feel as great.
Let me tell you, I didn't know anything about graded cards, and the first graded card that I got was not one that I graded. It was one that I purchased. And when that thing came in the mail and I like got it out of the envelope, I almost threw it across the room. I was like, how is this so light and not substantial at all?
Right.
Like the card in there was like a couple $1,000, or no, it was a couple $100. It's like one of my first, right?
Yeah. You might as well spend a couple thousand though.
But then you're like, what the heck is this that it's in? It's so nothing. But now I love it. Now I absolutely love it.
I'm with you. It grows on you.
Yeah.
Oh, Cardball, signing off, man. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you too, bud.
Absolute pleasure, man. Thank you. Have a wonderful
Any thoughts on tag grading, TAG?
Say it again.
Tell me you know what that is.
Tag grading, TAG.
Yeah.
Let me think about this. What's tag grading?
I feel like I'm supposed to know this, and I don't.
Let's Google it. I'll Google. I'm not ashamed to know stuff.
So Samuel says maybe make the 10 a little smaller, but with gold foil. I think he's talking about the design on CGC. Here's their label looks extremely sick to him. He's talking about the tag grading company.
technical authentication and grading. Let me take a look at some of their cards on eBay real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just do TAG graded card and see what pops up.
You know, Marvelous Packs, if I knew I was going to get a 9.9 or a 9.8 grade on my card, like I probably would sign up for that. But otherwise, I think I would rather it be a 9, 9.5, or a 10.
This tag grading, if I'm looking at it, 2018 tag bolt. No, that's a character name. No, I'm looking at something completely incorrect. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You on eBay?
I was on eBay, but oh, now I see an example. Dang, that's a good looking label. What is that? Dude, they did a good job.
All right, I'm pulling it up. I'm going to share it with everybody.
Yeah. And this is just my first reaction. Obviously, don't know anything about them. I've only seen one picture so far.
Is what I got pulled up what you're looking at?
Well, that's the website now. Yeah, but that's them. That's them. Let's see if there's a picture of a card on there.
Surely they're going to have a picture of the card.
There it is. Let's look at it.
So this is not unlike what the CSG looks like, if I remember correctly.
The CSG? Oh, yeah, it's not unlike it, but look how clean this looks. This is nice. That is nice.
I don't know that I'm a huge fan of having the QR code on the front.
Is it there? Let me take a look at that again. That should be on the back. That should be on the back. But I guess this makes it easier for someone that's like selling a card. Because you could obviously scan a picture and you don't have to go to the second picture, maybe.
I get it. I really do. Look at how they graded the center. Let me go. I'm going to spin it back around. I'm going to stop. They definitely do a different thing with the grades.
Yeah, what is that? 99.7. Oh, so out of 100. They're out of a scale of 100.
Yeah, so 975, 973, 984, 989 with a total. Okay, that's what the 972 is. So total grade of 972 rounded. You know, anything over 9.5 is going to get a Gem Mint 10 then.
This company has my attention. Who brought this up? David Liu. David
Liu.
This is dope, dude. I don't know anything about him, so I'm not gonna give him any credibility or anything yet. But I like what I'm seeing.
That's fascinating.
Oh, and the reason they're doing 100 is this the company owned by Master P?
Every tag graded card includes subgrades for centering corner edges, all on precise. It's not 100-point scale; it's 1,000-point scale.
Oh yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, I'm sorry, brain. I know, I see that. I knew that.
Yeah, was that too loud? Did I yell in the mic when I said that?
No. I'm digging it. The one thing that I'm kind of like, like right at the top, it says tag as if their brand is the most important thing about the card. And that might take me a while, but that's what they do anyway. Like PSA's on there in their, their lighthouse hologrammy thing.
Tag, you're it.
Yeah, I don't know if tag needs to be that big. And I don't know that it needs to be that prominent because tag, we're not buying tag. We're buying a graded card, but I get it.
Well, if it had the brand of PSA, you would say it needs to be there.
But even PSAs is difficult to see because it's in its own little thing. The back of a PSA slab has their name written on it twice, huge, but the front, it's kind of difficult. Let me compare that to an SGC. See, like SGC, they do subtle really well.
Mm-hmm. So Johnny B says, I love PSA. And if I had his cards, I would love PSA too. He's got some really nice stuff in a PSA 10 slab. But he says, but that CGC slab definitely has some potential. No doubt.
Yeah, it's got some potential. They got to design a nice label. They don't have to do anything. Everyone's going to flood them with stuff. No one has any.
Bowman says, I want my slab grade hand numbered by a toddler. I dig it.
What else? Like, man, I'm looking at some of these CGC ones and they're not it for me. So hopefully the comic book cards are a bit more refined, a bit more polished, and make a little bit more of a balanced design sense because those make zero sense. It's just not, it's and we'll see what happens. SGC is a nice, sophisticated slab. I love vintage cards in there, and you're the one that informed me. Like they, they cut their teeth on vintage. That's what the thing is.
Oh, that's what they became known as. Yeah.
CSG, the sport division of CGC, they have a nice slab. I think it ties in well with sports cards. I am a fan. Haven't seen one in person. I've only looked at a handful just Googling, but I liked it. This tag one is like a great combination of modern, intentional, bold, and subtle. It's like you take SGC and you take CGC, and that is this tag slab that we've been looking at.
Right. Yeah.
That's cool.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if they amount to having respect, and that's all just going to be marketing. Slab is one part of it. Then how much money do you have to buy us?
Takes money to make money, right? That's what my Papaw said.
He was right.
Symbiote Rain says, I wonder if you can send PSA slabs and have them reslabbed in a CGC. Who knows? They got to grade Marvel first, but
yeah. What's up, Symbiote Rain? What up?
I think most grading companies are okay with you sending a slab and they'll crack it for you, but I can't recommend it.
Don't they call that crossover grading? And didn't PSA say no more crossover grading?
Oh, they did?
Shoot. I thought maybe that was part of their shutdown.
Honestly, that would probably be my position, because I mean, I'd have to charge you more to handle the card, and then I'm putting myself at risk of damaging it and it not being the condition that you send it in. So I wouldn't do it if I was a grading company.
And guys, just correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be completely wrong there.
Yeah. He says, David Lou says on the tag, says they're not on eBay yet, but they're going to start in 2 months.
Cool, man. Very cool.
Videos on YouTube. Yeah. We'll do some research.
Yeah.
He says, I like the uniformity it gives to my collection, and the red label works in his humble opinion, especially with vintage Marvel cards. Look, I don't know that I've seen a PSA 10 that didn't look good.
I like
assuming
PSA
that the card was graded properly. Yeah, let me get that out of the way. But most of them look good.
I like
You agree?
Yeah, I think PSA slabs look great. I don't look at a PSA slab and think, man, they really need to change X, Y, and Z. I don't. I look at a PSA slab and I'm like, PSA, baby.
Yeah.
I accept it for what it is. I like it. I think it's cool that this label is so like crappy looking. Like it's so like
you like the simplicity?
It's just weird. Like something about it makes me feel like I'm getting like a ticket at an evidence lab.
You can say all that stuff. We know it's the barcode you like on it.
I never realized it, and now I know why.
We know why. You think you're holding a newsstand, PSA 10.
The newsstand slab. I love it.
Okay,
where are we at?
You know how many cards Nar, who's an artist, have done, and why are they so hard to find? Well, because when he started producing sketch cards, 2007, I believe, the community immediately viewed him as one of the top artists and sucked every card up as fast as they could. And then Nar quit doing cards. So
yeah, and so now Justin and Norin, Sketch Card Hive, Spidey Hits, and Sketch Card Hive's friends now own them all. They don't show them to anyone. Every now and then they'll do a YouTube video, and it'll be like in a dark basement somewhere, and that's it. That's the life of those cards now, friends. Sorry.
Yep. Just do a safe search on eBay and good luck. Let's see here.
Where are we?
He says, I think the label is, a laser etch and semi-transparent. They're going to grade all cards at the same price. So no upcharge.
David, do you work for them? Because the PR you're doing right now has sold me. I'm sold.
You know what? What's impressive is that they picked our channel to come, do some comment selling.
I like what's happening here, David.
They know we move markets, right?
I want a tag slab. I was excited about other stuff. I want a tag slab. I really want one.
David, tell the company you work for that my address is in the description of my channel, and they're welcome to send me a tag slab.
Yeah, and then also tell them that Justin has my phone number and they can reach me that way.
He says, no, I don't work for them. We're kidding, man.
But now it's cool that you're aware of them, and it's cool that, because I can tell that you like them as well. So I'm excited. I'm with you now. I'm excited to see what they do as a company. I haven't looked through like who's behind their company. Maybe they have a credible roster. Maybe they have a bunch of money. Maybe they've already raised funds. Who knows? But the climate is ripe for competition, and let's see what they can do. I'm excited. I like what they've presented so far.
Yeah. Have you seen the rare edition slabs?
No?
So if I wanted to take one of my favorite, cards that's not valuable and turn it into a weapon that I can put beside my nightstand,
Yeah.
that's what I would do. It's
Wait.
completely made out of Gorilla Glass.
Oh yeah, of course I know about them. We talked about them. Yeah.
So I can take my favorite like 90s Spider-Man card and it'll serve as a weapon if somebody breaks into the house.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I can't imagine putting a rare collectible inside of Gorilla Glass. It just doesn't feel right to me. It's really cool, and maybe I just need to spend some more time with the slab, and I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feelings. I do know they watch the channel. If you remember, that's the one he said, "Yeah, I know DC stands for don't care."
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
rare.
And then you were like, "Wait, where'd you get that from?" And he ignored
Like, of course you watch the channel. That's what that means. But yeah, I mean, they do look great. Actually, they do look really good. It does look great. I just can't imagine not being able to get to my card if I want it.
David just got me excited, man. Like I'm rereading an old comment where it says the label I think is laser etched and semi-transparent. Like, show me that. I think that's so cool.
You saw it. I put it back on the screen.
No. I mean, in person, I want to see like
Oh,
the
you wanna see it in
transparency
person.
at work and stuff like that.
I
We'll
got it.
do a tag review on the channel.
All right.
Yes.
Manu's telling me what content to create. I'll do it.
Well, no, I didn't mean it that way.
You said we. As long as it's we, I'm down.
I want to do the. Well, yeah. No one invited me to the One Touch review. I didn't get an invite to that one.
I had no idea how that was going to go, but I got some good feedback. I think people appreciated the honesty.
Here's what I learned. I learned that the Upper Deck ones suck.
Yes.
I learned that I forget it's with a P. What's the other one with the sleeves in it?
They're not Ultra Pro. They're Pro Mags. What are they called?
Something. But there's ones with the sleeves.
Yeah.
Which are better feeling. You like them more.
I do.
But the Ultra Pro, you're just like don't.
This is what I put most of my cards in.
But you just cannot stand the Ultra Pro.
The cards don't fit in them.
Okay.
Like routine.
Ultra Pro, not Upper Deck. Ultra Pro is what I meant to say. Yeah.
Which is Ultra Pro. Yeah. They just don't fit. I'm gonna try it now. We'll see if it works. But.
All right. Well, don't damage anything. No, they won't damage anything.
I'm not worried about damaging stuff.
All right.
Handle it.
Remember when you were opening packs with Mike and he was like, I'll just clean those later. And then remember he was being like passive, like in a nice way. He was like, sometimes fingers leave fingerprints, He was
it did fit. The Wolverine fit.
Nice, very good.
Wolverine fit. So that's good. We might use those for those. But I have some good feedback. And maybe there'll be a chance to do some more reviews in the future. We'll see.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunity to do great reviews.
Doom card, if SGC inverted the label colors, it would be much better. Black slab with black label would make the artwork present best. And I remember reading where he said the white distracts from him. Here it is. And now the white label makes my eyes focus on the label first and not the card. I guess it's with that blue or transparency. It's just not enough color somewhere else to attract the card. But I will say Doom sent me some Spider-Man cards last year.
Mm-hmm.
He sent them in these top loaders that had colored borders. And they were just real. I don't know. I really liked them.
Like a standard top loader, but the plastic on the side was like red and blue and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were green mostly, and a couple of red ones, I think. And they just felt like better top loaders. I don't know where you got them, but Doom, those were really cool, and I haven't ever forgot it. And I have never forgot that you gave me those cards. Thank you. He loaded me up with some Spider-Man cards I didn't have.
I'm just staring at an SGC, and I mean, yeah, I mean, if the whole thing was like black or a really dark charcoal. See, I didn't realize that SGC is not just white; they actually have a gray print that's printed throughout that label. But yeah, it is obviously a big white block.
Your design brain is taking over.
Yeah, that's what it does. I mean, it's always there.
So Kevin St. Jack says SGC used to have a 100-point grading system. The 98 was Gem Mint. Just insert the decimal point, and it's like a 9.8 for comic books. Not sure if it was popular though.
Oh, sorry. Symbiote Rain said, my man Manu, going to hit you up later about a move I want to make. My brother, my DMs are not working. So, like, if you send me something, I won't even know it's there. And if I send you something, I won't even know if you got it because I can't get your response. And right. I can't give you my phone number on the air, but I'm going to get it to you some way, somehow. So we'll definitely have that conversation.
You know, if somebody needs to get a message to you, they can send it to me and I can screenshot it and send it to you.
Okay, yeah, and that's always a possibility too, my friend. So one way or another, definitely. But if you send me a DM and I don't respond, just know it's not because I'm not hoping to. It's just because my Instagram is broken and somebody needs to unbreak it first.
And somebody messaged me today and asked if I heard other people's Instagram wasn't working. So you're not alone, apparently.
And Instagram's making so many changes so quickly because they feel like they're getting left out of the video thing that, you know, we're basically guinea pigs every day with changes they're making, and not everything is going to be fluidly switched over because they've got a billion people using their platform.
Oh, Swish Rip says he's a fan of the X Pros. He uses them. That's awesome.
That's the one you reviewed, right? Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
I think they're a good choice. I did have some cards that slid in there a little more than I liked, but other than that, it was good. Uh-oh. I got a Spidey G question.
Where is it at?
Davion, how long you been watching the channel? How'd you know? So Spidey G, in your opinion, who is Spider-Man's biggest villain? Like, it's kind of a tough question. The thing that plagues Spider-Man the most is the fact that the people he loves closest to him tend to get hurt because of who he is.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. But if he stops being who he is, then other people don't get helped. It's a real problem for Peter Parker.
Yes.
So I think that's the biggest, you know, adversarial aspect of who he is. And by the way, did not the last Spider-Man movie do such a great job playing that out? Like, he lost everything.
I don't know which one the last
You haven't seen the movie, have you?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the movie. Thanks for ruining it for me, Spidey.
Can we watch it together? I have a request. Like, can we do like a watch party and we both watch it together?
I'm down. I mean, I won't watch it in the meantime, so we'll be okay.
Okay. That date scheduled. Hey, look,
it's a date.
I have a date with Manu. But in terms of his biggest villain, I think it has to be Green Goblin. Doc Ock is right there. You can't count Venom. Carnage might be his most, you know, like the villain that's caused him maybe the most trouble in terms of like how to defeat him. But I think it's Green Goblin. I mean, Gwen Stacy died because of Green Goblin. So
that's pretty major. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
good.
I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at something else.
I know. We all know how you really feel. Sorry.
Doomcard said PSA label reminds me of an old school library catalog index. Dude, right on. And that's kind of what I find charming about it. Right on. And now I just got a flash of like the Ghostbusters movie. And I love the fact that I've flashed that now. But anyway, yeah. I like that about it.
I'm getting these in a one touch.
There we go. Happy? Now you're the proud parent.
Yes.
There you go. Hey, those match your sweater perfectly, by the way.
Oh, I dressed for the occasion. You didn't know?
You certainly did.
Oh, wait. And I got to address a comment earlier where somebody said, hey, a boy from Louisiana is wearing Florida Gators colors.
Oh, I saw that comment. Yeah.
And it deserves a response, but I'm gonna tell you that the biggest issue is that do this. I think the lighting changes the colors of things. This is not quite orange.
It's not quite, yeah.
So it's not Florida Gators color. So.
It's more like a infrared, like it's like a reddish. It's like,
yeah, it's more of a hue of red than it is orange. But I think the lighting is doing that.
It's working.
It does match my eyes.
Yeah, it does, man. Blue really brings those things out.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, we've hit 3 hours and 10 minutes, my friend.
We're leaving in 3 minutes. Let's wrap up these comments here.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
All right, where the heck are we?
Switch Rip. I had cards not fit in Ulti Pro. Thought the same thing. Then I realized after trying a different card that did fit, it was the card, not the Ulti Pro.
Got it.
Wait a minute. That's like saying it's not you, it's me. Like that. Either the Ulti Pro works for the cards or it doesn't. Yes, some cards do fit, but the more modern cards at 35 points seem to not fit in there for me.
Interesting. What about
Same?
GMA?
He sent my Rogue Diamond and a green border top loader. Yeah, he does. He's talking about Doom. The cards that Doom sends. He said the Ulti Pro makes some color specific top loaders, and he took the time to somewhat match those. I thought it was really special.
Very nice. Terry says Spider-Man's worst villain, finding some decent non-stick toilet paper.
Thank you, Terry. That's good. I love that Terry's hanging out with us tonight, and there's like a Superman rocket as his YouTube emblem.
Oh, and that's funny because earlier tonight it was just the T. He literally just changed that.
He did.
Look at that. Look at that.
Good job, Terry. We are paying attention, my friend.
That's a funny. That's funny.
Marvelous says PSA typewriter, micro fiche, Dinway decimal point system.
Dewey decimal point system.
Dewey decimal. Yeah, there we go. Dewey decimal point system.
All right, my brain's shutting down as well. And also, I haven't had dinner. So I'm like, I'm going to go make the biggest thing of pasta ever.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm going to be real. Like, I worked 12 hours straight today, nonstop. Like, 7:30 a.m. till about 7:15 p.m. So not quite 12 hours straight.
Dude, your hustle is like incredible. Like your work ethic, hustle, whatever words you can use to describe how hard you go. It's commendable. It's inspiring. It's inspirational.
Yeah. Well, look, I believe in work. I actually think work is a benefit. I tell people all the time, if I lost my job today, I would go work for free tomorrow. Like I believe work has value beyond the money that I receive.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Like I have that much belief in work, and I grew up pouring concrete for a living. Like I know what
work is.
Extraordinarily hard work is, where you're literally bent over all day in 100-degree heat, making something that's out of dirt and concrete. And so that was the way I was raised. That's who I am. And so to me, this is like just me getting to do things that's really, really cool. So
absolutely. I remember. Absolutely. I remember. Anyway, DO6 says, sent Manu a posting of a Spider-Man 9.8 signed comic on his IG, but he sent it to you as well. That might be the only way I'll get it as a text from you.
I can do that for sure.
And Keith will watch the replay hungover. That's the best. Hopefully he's got some nachos or some fries or whatever, while he's doing that. That's awesome.
Happy birthday, Keith.
Happy birthday, Keith. Yeah, man, when you see this, happy birthday. When you make it 3 hours and 30 minutes into the replay, this is our second time wishing you a happy birthday. We love you. We miss you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Swish Rips. I love this show. Thank you so much. Spidey Hits and 9.9 Newsstand. Top notch entertainment.
Man, that's amazing. Thank you. Oh, Card Freak's not with us tonight either. Well, if you watch the replay, Card Freak, and you make it this far, thinking of you, hello.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, guys, we are going to sign off. I think we hit our 3-minute mark, which Manu promised you.
We did. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out. This is a really fun one.
Hey, look, this was just 3 1-hour shows.
That's all. That's it. We don't know how to hold anything back. We don't know how to keep anything for next week. And a bunch of other stuff's going to happen before Tuesday, so we don't need to hold anything back. We'll have stuff to talk about when that day comes, I'm sure.
Yeah. So everybody, you know where to find us next week. Lord willing, we'll be right here Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Coast
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
right?
Pacific
And
Coast. Yeah.
Standard
Well,
time, Pacific
yeah.
Standard Time. There we go. And as always, you can find us on Instagram. And at some point, 9.9 Manu will be able to respond to your DMs. If not, you feel free to hit me up.
Yeah.
There will be more content coming out this week. I do have another Saturday morning Marvel Cars plan. It's going to be fun.
Nice.
You have to see what we're going to open. We're going to open up some fun stuff. And if you need me, just feel free to hit me up. And as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.